That should be there. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome along to this Thursday night live stream on the Family Bricks YouTube channel. We're doing some foosball tonight. I'm joined by the Brick Buds, Ian and Carrie. How are you going?
Hey.
All good, thank you.
Also, good, excellent. And also Tech Productions. How are you going as well?
Very good, thank you. Good to be here. Glad to resume the table football build.
Yes, resuming the build as such. So, I think, both you and I are sort of building it as we might call normally. And then Ian and Carrie, you came across it in a slightly different way, wasn't it?
Yeah, so ours is not in bags. We've just got a whole bunch of parts.
Parts there.
But it's not too bad.
Yeah. It should get easier as well.
Yeah,
there's definitely a lot less now than when we started. So
Cool. Yeah, no, it's how have you guys found the build otherwise so far?
it's good. I mean, I think because there's the two of us doing it, the fact that you are building something that's symmetrical is less of a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not finding it too repetitive.
No, I think it's fine. It means we can just sort of do the same thing at the same time. I'm slowly sinking. My chair is broken. Gonna get a little bit taller.
Get down there. So, just have a quick look at the chat there. Had Lady McBrick. Thanks very much for popping along. 30 seconds till kick off. Excited to see some action on the football table. Yes. So hopefully, I think we're going to try to get through them. And we should have possibly Brigger Picks. Sorry, joining us a little bit later on.
Name change.
Same thing, just backwards.
Yeah.
And Minifig Who, evening all. Hope you're having halftime oranges ready. Is that still even a thing?
I think I did that once when I used to play football. Like once I got halftime oranges. Not that I was a massive fan of oranges, to be honest, but
yeah, I think when we were doing particularly cross country running at school, which is usually running around the school, they'd have at a certain point you have the oranges cut up, and it's like here, just I think the teachers then were sort of like, here, have an orange so you can keep going again.
Yeah. Let's exert as much energy so you're not pains throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah. Which I think was in Australia in the bad old days, when it would be like, this is before people were really aware of sunstroke and everything. So you're out there running around, no hats. It's like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Barely got shirts on, in your grey little school uniform.
Not ideal.
Not ideal at all, no. And I think let's get through. Here.
I like that Kerry's lurking in the chat, correcting you on her name.
Sorry, I just something. Bigger Bricks train. Oh, yes.
One thing that's weird already that I've noticed in this bag, not even all of the minifigure parts, but some of the minifigure parts come in its own separate bag. Did you get that, Matt?
Yeah, no, I was just literally because we opening up to bag 8, and yeah, I saw that as soon as I opened it, and it's like, what's going on with that?
There's like still some head pieces and other heads that are like just loose in the other bags. So
yeah,
seems weird. And then like 4 random pieces, other like random, like 2 tiles and 2 plates. That's very peculiar.
Yeah, much the same. Yeah, I got exactly the same thing, and
yeah,
like what you said, it just sort of opened it. It's like, okay, so they're in there, and then in the other bag, you got like a head as well. It's I can't remember ever coming across that before. I mean, does anyone ever remember something like that?
It seems really odd.
Yeah, it's strange.
Because, like I said, there's just other random minifigure heads and hair pieces, and the rest of and legs. The legs aren't in the bag, so really strange. Oh, the other strange thing regarding this set. Did any of you guys get? Oh, probably not the Brick Bods, but Matt and Kerry as well. Did you guys get an email from Lego asking specifically about your experience buying this set? I know they send out their usual like generic like survey one, but I got like a very specific email either today or yesterday. Where is it?
Okay, that's
Maybe they're wondering why people are buying it.
Yeah.
That's what I
Confused.
think. That's it. I think they want to do some serious market research on this set and why it failed so hard.
It's expensive, and
Thank
no
you for
one
buying
really wants
table
to pay for
football.
any table football.
We hope you enjoy it. We'd like to ask you a few questions about your experience purchasing table football Lego ideas set. We want to improve our online journey by hearing from our customers. Please take a few minutes to answer a few questions. Your feedback will help us determine how we can make lego.com better for everyone. Thank you. I haven't actually done it, but it's like, it's weird. I don't know if this is like a new thing like that they've set up where they can just put in a picture of the set that you bought, but like this one is very specifically tailored to the table football. So I thought that was strange.
No, I'm just trying to think because I mean I got mine at I think Christmas time, and I'm pretty sure that was also an online order.
Yeah.
But I know recently I've gotten a lot of just those sorts of ones, but they've usually been Argos or John Lewis going, "Hey, you bought this, please review," or whatever. But that's really interesting.
How important do you think like online reviews are for Lego? Has anyone bought or gone to buy a set and then like not bought it because the reviews have been bad?
Do you even look at the reviews?
That's what I mean. Like,
There's a couple of sets where I've been on the fence and gone and looked at reviews,
but on Lego or
like
Yeah.
actual like written reviews on Lego. Okay.
So
you're strange.
I look in different places for them. So
Well, I've usually found when I've gone onto Lego and seen reviews there, it's like, oh, is this a thing where people actually review Lego sets on Lego.com? Like,
Yeah.
I think there's also been a couple of cases. Which one did I get? The loop coaster. I went and looked to see if anyone had written reviews about the fact that it's a bit dodgy and doesn't work very well most of the time. I didn't find anything useful.
It can't just be us. I find that.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think I've heard that other people have got some solutions that we should try.
We should definitely try some. It's such an expensive model to not then use it would be rubbish.
So sorry, just to step back. Obviously, you've encountered some sort of problem with your loop coaster.
It just doesn't work very well. So because it's using a plastic chain for the lift mechanism, it constantly stretches and distorts itself, and so you're constantly having to go in and remove links and tinker with it to get it back into the correct position. So there needs to be a better way to do it.
Yeah, pretty much every week on our stream, someone will go on the loop coaster and it essentially just plunges to their death. It's not
Nice.
It's not great. It's quite fun to watch actually. But it's not quite the experience we'd hoped for.
No.
Some health and safety issues there.
For sure.
Yeah. And Cabbage has popped up in the chat, and so Bricapix was just saying they do some questionnaires for Lego ideas.
Okay.
I mean, the other thing which I've been doing a little bit is, how on the back of the books, the instruction book, it's always like give product feedback.
Yeah.
And you can win. So I've done a few of those. Have you guys ever done them? And have you ever won or know anyone who's won something?
I think I done it once when I was like a teenager, and I never heard anything, never heard of anyone win it. So I'm just like, you know what, this can't be worth my time.
Yeah. I'm sure someone does it all the time and occasionally get something, but I can't remember who it is. Definitely a YouTuber.
Do you know if what they win is decent, or is it like just a bolly bag?
It's 5 VIP points.
Ooh, VIP points. We like VIP points.
Well, that's so. I would be interested if there was anything that they could incentivize people to earn VIP points that weren't actually spending, even if it's just like really small amounts. You know, like some places, like if you, I don't know, if you post something on your Facebook page, you'll get points, and you share stuff. Like I wondered if they would ever consider doing, like, if you review a set, you get 5 VIP points, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't sound like a lot, but in like you could build that up over time over all your purchases.
Yeah, you've then got to worry about people who are just putting in reviews just to get the points, so they'd start to have rules on it, like it has to be over so many characters or stuff like that. It'd get all a bit complicated.
I think also too, if you're sharing it on Facebook, you then start running into the issues of kids doing it and things.
Yeah,
the under 13s, which it seems to be, when they start having privacy issues and all sorts of weird things.
Yeah,
because I did once. They had a one-to-one sort of interview sort of thing with one of the marketing people out of Billund, and they're asking, I think at that stage, like it was just sort of like a survey type thing, but they're asking more about where you're getting your Lego news and information, and what's websites you like to visit related to Lego and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that went for about half an hour. And then they sent out 2 of those VIP poly bags. You know, the ones which had like the, it was literally the VIP and you make it. And I think it may have had some like a Lego wall type thing. I'm just trying to remember. So, I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't anything earth shattering.
Yeah. I can't imagine though. For something like that, for like something as little as feedback, which they can get most like elsewhere now pretty easily. They just have to type in on YouTube, or they can get
They only need to read the comments of one of their Instagram posts. I was looking at the Mario Day one, and literally every other comment fell into 1 or 2 categories. It was either give us CMFs of Mario or release the 4th Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom set.
Fantastic.
And it was funny because it was literally every single comment, and occasionally there'd be somebody who'd go, "Oh, the Mario Day stuff looks really cool," and Lego themselves would actually then give a response. "Oh, we're glad you enjoyed it." Like,
yeah. Quick, everyone in the office, go and comment on the latest post. Like,
and you got Studs popped in. Hey, Spud, hope that you're going well. Saying hi to everyone.
Hello.
And Brickapix all stirring the pot now. Have you seen Mando? Okay, so we won't talk about yesterday's Mando, but we can talk about the previous 2 if we want. So
I'm very much enjoying Bo-Katan as a character. I liked her in Clone Wars. I liked her in Rebels. Drink for anyone playing tech, mentioning Rebels bingo. But I think she's a fantastic character this season, and honestly, I hope we find out more about like her story and follow her more than we do Mando, because at this point she's far more interesting. Carrie, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm really loving it. It's great. Best thing ever. So, this is about Last of Us. That's what we've been watching.
Yeah. It's the same guy, though. It's clearly the same thing.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about with Mando, just talking about the first 2 episodes, is he's starting to become a little bit like Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett, in terms of everything happens to him and he doesn't take an active role.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, he goes off to try to get an IG 88 part or whatever, and he's just kind of duped into taking that other astromech, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then they get to the planet there, and he's sort of like, oh, I'll just let the droid go and take measurements out of sight, out of mind, sort of thing. Like,
yeah,
and then I'll just walk into the waters and just fall down a step which isn't there. Like,
yeah. Yeah, he's quite child. I don't know if they're purposely making him look naive because of because he's like not. He's only really known this like one cult that he's in, and he's like now meeting other people, like other Mandalorians outside of that cult. That, yeah, I don't know. But he just seems very naive and quite childlike in a lot of senses this season.
yeah. And I guess, I think of the Mandalorians just in general as sort of like, a pretty switched on warrior type race.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they train for. They've got a very specific code and all the rest of it. And then, yeah, it's just some of these things are just kind of like, okay, is this lazy writing? Am I being kind of silly on this? Or anyhow?
Yeah.
Stud, definitely enjoying Mando.
Apparently, Stegosaurus was in it. It's confusing.
Oh, the Mythosaur. What's that called? And then what do we got there? When I say Mythosaur, it just makes me think of the name Emissorius. I can't help it. Yeah, when you first mentioned it, it's like, what's he talking about? What? Did she get a cameo? Like, I knew she'd become quite popular, but that quick.
Yeah. There's 350k subs. She's now featuring in Star Wars. Funny you mentioned that. I don't know if any of you guys know or have heard of MGF Customs.
Nope.
Not specifically, but yeah.
Okay, he was like one of the OG like Lego Star Wars YouTubers. He was, I think his original channel name was like Michael MGF, but he does like he went from he did like all the like normal stuff like reviews, marks, things like that, but now he just does like custom painted figures, and he's incredibly talented. But he actually had a cameo in the Kenobi show, which I thought was so freaking cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he like,
how do you arrange that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would love to know. Like, I know he does, or I think his friend does a podcast, and he like sometimes co-hosts it, or he is the co-host. I'm not quite sure. And they've like gotten to speak to like Ashley Eckstein quite a few times. They go to a lot of the Comic-Con conventions and stuff. So I don't know if it was maybe some way through that he kind of got an in, but yeah, I just thought that was so cool that someone from like the YouTube Lego YouTube space has made it into a Star Wars film. I thought that's like really sick.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Now when we we went to Disneyland in Florida. Was it 2018? And you can do like one of the Star Wars VIP sort of things, and that was really cool. This was before Galaxy's Edge, like they were just building at the time, so it wasn't even open. And yeah, they'd take you around, and they're explaining one of the droids that was in it was like this pink sort of one, and it was because this little girl was such a fan, but she, dying of cancer sort of thing, and she had made her own like R2 unit, but was with
cool.
a pink coloring.
Yeah.
So of course they found out about it, and then they included it in one of the I think it was one of the prequels.
Okay, that's amazing.
So, or it may have been one of the sequels because of the time period. But yeah, so I think they can be quite aware of some of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So if the fans are out posting, but certainly I'm seeing more. I think much like a bit like the LAN the Star Wars, some of the films, and definitely Marvel do it a lot, where whenever they get the super fans or the super influencers, they always invite them out to the premieres and all that sort of stuff, because it's similar to like LAN. It's just free marketing. All you got to do is have somebody turn up and give them a gift bag, and
yeah.
And
so is that now on your vision board, Tech, trying to get yourself into
Oh man, I would love to be in a Star, like even in like some sort of alien costume or a stormtrooper, like I could just be like, just tell my kids one day that that's me, and they're like, I don't care, we can't actually see, and I'll be like, I don't care, it's me, like believe me.
Wasn't that Samuel Jackson's kind of thing? He said that he just wanted to be in it. He didn't care what he was.
Yeah.
And he says, like, I'll just be in a costume. You don't need to see my face, kind of thing.
Yeah. There's like rumored to be like so many people that have been stormtroopers. Like I think there was rumor that Tom Hardy was one. Like Prince William, I think.
Really?
Was one. Like that was a rumor at one point.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. There's been some like crazy people that have been just like drafted in because they have obviously got contacts and they're like, I want to just be in it. Like, just give me something. Something's awesome.
Yeah, because I think I've seen a short of Samuel L. Jackson describing that, and he's very much like, yeah, I just want to be in it. Put me in an alien costume.
Yeah.
So apparently, he got a call from George Lucas one day. It's like, yeah, just come out. So he went out to Pinewood Studios, and they gave him part of the script, and he's reading. It's like, oh, I talked to Yoda. How cool is that? And then they go to do him like wardrobe, and he's getting on his Jedi robes. He's like, oh, I'm a Jedi, am I? And
yeah.
And then they, do the whole thing where they come along with a big suitcase and go, right, choose your lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Very cool.
So it's just kind of funny, like, somebody with that sort of star power, not even reading like a script before they get there sort of thing. It's just like, here.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. Stud City is the guy who plays the lead space sheriff in the X-Wing and Mando is actually a fan. He's not even a pro actor. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. He was streaming the other day.
Okay. And the minifigs, the droid called KT something after the girl's name, Katie. Yeah, that could be it. I'm just trying to think because that was. God, is that 7 years ago now? No, 5. And then Cabbage. I like the JP Easter egg in Mando. Jurassic Park. I didn't pick that up. I mean, did you see it, Tech? Or?
I don't know. No, I don't think I did.
So I'll have to check that out. Cabbage, can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Then graffiti writer did the art in the episode 1 of Mando season 2. Got to be an alien in that episode. Very cool. You get hired for art and then you acting in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Brickapix, he asked for a purple lightsaber so he could pick himself out in the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's when they really then started, because at that point they just had the 3 colors, like the red, the green, and the blue.
Yeah. Changed the law forever, did old Samuel Jackson.
I don't know what film or franchise I would like to be in. You got any that you'd like to be in? It's obviously not Star Wars for us.
No.
Would you turn it down though?
I think that would be even funnier if someone who's never seen it. I'd be like, can I be one of those? I know Jedi, and then I'm like, I'll be one of the other ones.
It's,
Are the rebels the good ones?
Yeah.
Or the bad ones? The rebels are the good ones.
Yeah.
And the Empire is the bad one.
Yes.
Right, okay. Thank you. I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, I don't know which is which.
Doesn't it all depend upon your point of view?
I was just about to say, from a certain
I
point of
guess.
view.
The way they're written, like they're trying to make it so you like one rather than the other, right?
Yeah. The rebels definitely. The Jedi, especially in the prequels, are written so they're like, oh, they're actually really flawed and they're actually not all that good people after all.
Yeah. Well,
The
certainly in
Jedi
that
rebels? Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
the Tales of the Jedi little animated mini series or whatever they call it, that certainly didn't paint the Jedi in a good light at times.
No, it did not. And it's actually funny. Like the more and more content we get around the prequels, the worse the Jedi are made out to be. It's quite funny.
Yeah. Do you think that was kind of somewhere where Lucas may have been going originally, or is that just something Disney's probably just jumped on and going, let's mess with this?
No, I think that was something that George was. I think a lot of that started, I think, in Clone Wars, and like the introduction of Ahsoka was like Ahsoka is seeing things how we kind of view them, like when she's first introduced, and as when we're first introduced to Star Wars, the Jedi can do nothing but good, like they're this almighty thing. And then as she progresses throughout her story, she kind of comes to realize that actually they had some big flaws and they could have avoided a lot of things if they weren't so stupid and like stuck in their ways. So that's how I interpret it anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty fair. I thought, yeah, certainly once Ahsoka is accused and sort of hung out to dry, sort of thing, and they don't really do much to back her up. It's sort of really does paint them in a bad light. So
yeah.
Apparently, I get to be a droid, a good droid, C4R1. It looks like Harry. I'm all for it. Sounds fun.
I mean, do they have people in droids anymore?
Yes, I believe they do.
Because obviously originally they had the people in the droids because they had to move them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pull little levers to poke things out at times and stuff like that.
I'm just trying to think. Did they have the guy who plays Willow? Was he an R2D2, or am I confusing him with somebody else?
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, I think he was in R2D2 at one point.
Wasn't Kenny Baker in R2D2?
Okay, no, that sounds that'd be that.
Yeah.
Kenny Baker.
And then Warwick Davis has just done every other small character.
Was he an Ewok at one stage?
Yeah, he was first an Ewok, and then I think he's been in like every Disney Star Wars film as some character or another. And then at the end of episode 9, where they cut back to Endor, he's there as Wicket with his actual son as his Ewok son, which I thought was really cute.
That'd be kind of cool. I think something else which popped up, and I may have mentioned it to I think the Brickbods. When you are thinking of like vintage sets or just any retired set that you're particularly after, is it a matter of there's only a limited number that you're interested in, or is it sort of like anything from that era, or
depends on the theme? So like with elves, I want them all, regardless. But I don't know. I think we don't really don't look at many of the older sets.
No.
Because the newer sets that are coming out seem to be better. So there's no point going back and spending more on the older ones when you can just wait for them to do something similar.
Yeah, unless it's a specific thing they're not going to redo.
Yeah.
But see, I don't think there's any old sets that I'm after.
No. I mean, I think that you'd really like the Sea Cow from Lego Movie, but everyone that's bought that second hand has found it so painful to build because of all the dark brown in it. It just falls apart. So I don't really want to buy it for you to give you that experience. Plus, it's expensive.
It's so expensive now, isn't it? Like sealed.
Yeah, and even if it's sealed, it's still going to have had the same.
Yeah.
Brick. So.
We're missing a part.
We're missing a part.
Yeah.
Which part are we missing?
In the brackets.
Oh no! Yeah.
Not in the brackets section, so
It's
it could
not
be
in
somewhere
our
else.
brackets section.
Yeah, I think it came up in conversation with the brick bods where apart from what might be white whale type sets, there's no particular ones that particularly be interested in getting. And I think much of that same sort of thing is because the amount of detail and things that you can get in today is far and away what it was 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
I think the only exception to that would probably be more in the Star Wars realm, or in any of the ones, if you're trying to complete a series of something.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to get all the UCS sets of Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Peck, is there any particular with the stuff that you want to get, like that's retired?
When you first asked Carrie, I was thinking in my head, I was like, there's nothing I want that's retired. And then I was like, oh, wait, I had a big dilemma at Bricktastic with the Merce train.
Oh, yeah.
That is
color, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's just another train. I remember seeing it in the catalog as well. So it's like super nostalgic.
But it's not even one you can easily part out because it's such a rare color.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have to just buy it.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's not extortionate. It's at a price where I would be happy to pay for it. I'm just not right now is a time where if it goes to £600-700, that's when I start to question will I really want it? But you can pick it up for about 400, sealed now for about 400, and it's 450. It's not too bad.
How much was it originally though? That's the thing you should never look at.
Yeah, it's for I think it was 90.
Yeah, I see. And that's what I find really hard. I really want the Chinese New Year, the very first set.
Yeah.
Because that's the only one that I'm missing.
Yeah.
But when you look at the price it was and the price it is now,
yeah,
I just feel like it's just not good value for money.
I think maybe a better way to look at it would be comparing it to what's out now. So say there's a set that you want that was originally £60, but is now £200 on the aftermarket. Compare it to something that Lego produces now for £200 and be would I get more enjoyment out of something like that or this thing? Because nostalgia is a massive, massive thing, and you obviously pay for that's obviously reflected in a lot of these prices and stuff. I think if you constantly go and compare it to the retail price, you'd never buy anything retired.
Yeah,
with Lego.
But I mean, for me, that one's not even nostalgia; it's just completionist.
Just completionist, yeah. Could you what about parting it together? Is that an option?
Well, there's a lot of prints in it for all the food. And
right,
and none of the minifigs I looked on Bricklink are available in this country.
Right.
So it's not easy to part out.
How much are you talking for that set sealed? Because that wasn't available over here, right? Originally.
Yeah, £200, I think.
Okay.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah.
And also, I've no idea where I'd even put it in my city. I literally just want to be able to tick it off on Brickset and say I've got
Yeah.
mine. And so that's the thing. I'm getting better at talking myself out of those situations.
Yeah.
I'm not adding value, so why would I waste my money? But it's so hard to sit on your hands when you see it, because someone was selling it at Bricktastic. Before Bricktastic, they said they could bring it over with them, and I was like, oh, I could get it, and I was like, no, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I want it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor's videos in the chat has just raised. So the Land Rover Defender has dropped £209. And when I saw this really got me thinking about it. Like £209 for that, for mine, seems really expensive. When you look at, because it wasn't too long ago, for $219, you could get the 1989 Batmobile.
Yeah.
And then you look at it, okay, it's Technic, but you obviously had the Technic one, which just retired, which was about 179, but always on sale. And I think I picked up a couple of those for about £97 each, just because like parts and stuff.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like now, given their results that they had recently, they are quite happy to keep on upping the prices, and I guess people are buying it still.
Yeah, it must be.
Because you think about it, like, £209, you put another £90 to that, and you can get a Ninjago City Gardens.
Yeah.
You just kind of think
it's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's so hard to make those logical decisions. You're just like, oh, I just want it. Please, no. Getting better.
But I guess it comes back to where they're like appealing to different people, because there's a lot of people that will buy the Land Rover wouldn't look twice at a Ninjago City Gardens or something like that. So they really are trying to stretch their product range as far and wide as they can.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much crossover in terms of, people tend to do Technic or non-Technic.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount of people I know who do both.
Yeah. And if you're just buying like the Create or the Icons big car line, then £200 a year or however often they do them.
Yeah, because they don't do too many of those.
Yeah.
It is like your one set a year, really.
Yeah. It's then a bit more palatable, I guess.
But you look at, certainly, until you actually see it properly, one of the images of that Land Rover, it's got the wheel like really extended, like it sort of pushed up, because they've obviously done a lot with the shock absorbers in it. And from what you can see, there's going to be a fair amount of Technic to achieve that. So it's almost sort of like kind of a Technic set in disguise almost.
Yeah.
Which I think, Tech, you can probably comment further, but largely the UCS AT-AT was kind of like a Technic set, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And then, yeah, it was. There was a lot of, there's obviously a lot of the panels and stuff disguise it. But then, to be fair, like most Star Wars ships are and have been since probably like the mid 2000s. Like any Millennium Falcon or X-Wing, at the core of it there is a lot of Technic, whether it to like raise wings or like fold out wings and stuff like that, or just different play features and mechanisms. Like it's obviously very basic level, but and they often use the Technic frames to like structure them and then just slap panels on the side, because I think it's the cheapest way for them to do it rather than brick build everything.
Yeah, and it also becomes lightweight and pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Which Technic's always been good at. But that was certainly once it came out of a dark age, and more so when the kids were young and first getting some of the younger sets, like even some of the yellow construction vehicles and things like that. And that was the thing that amazed me, was things which I had considered to be Technic parts and generally only ever were in Technic sets were actually in a lot of city sets, like for young kids. So it certainly felt that where Technic ends and city starts has been blurred a lot in more recent times. But I think the other interesting thing is, like what you're saying, it appeals to, your sort of one-off buyer who, that they like the Land Rover because they've obviously gone for a very iconic sort of one.
Yeah.
Who'll buy that. Not necessarily so much for Lego fans, but it does sort of get me wondering if the Lego fans in general, because I think we've certainly noticed a lot more in the last 6 months, people are a lot more price conscious, or just sort of like, it's like really being a lot more selective with what's being purchased.
Yeah.
So if you're getting these expensive ones for people who are only doing one-offs and generally not converting across to Lego, and you're burning out your core Lego base, at some stage, does it then start to become counterproductive?
Yeah, and I guess we probably won't. Do you think now is too early to kind of see the fallout from that? Because these sets would have been designed, a lot of these big D2C sets would have gone into or being designed throughout like the tail end of the pandemic, right? So then when Lego was absolutely thriving, and so maybe it won't be till like a year or 2 years we kind of see them hold back a bit. I don't know how reactionary they would be to that. Would they just start pulling? They might have 30 D2C sets planned for this year, but then because everyone's being a bit more conscious, do they scale that back to 20? Or like, just obviously examples, there's gonna be a hell of a lot more than that, but yeah, it would be. But if they've designed it, will they just go ahead with it anyway because they've got it designed and like ready to go, kind of thing?
Quite possibly. I think as what we started to see like last year, like the first time you ever had 5 times VIP points.
Yeah.
And you had recent release sets. Obviously, this was one of them, but for probably different reasons, where even Lego were heavily discounting it.
Yeah.
And even now, the number of sets which get released, and it's almost like day one they're getting discounted now.
Yeah. The Hogwarts Express was discounted by Black Friday, and it came out like the beginning of September, and that was like a big Harry Potter with a lot of like hardcore Harry Potter fans.
Yeah. Well, even the because the other one was I think it was the Loop coaster.
Mm-hmm.
That, from memory, I mean, maybe the Brickboards are more up on it. When did that one get released? I thought that was late last year.
I don't know.
It was definitely last year at some point.
But yeah.
Did we get it?
We got it on an AFOL day.
I've got a feeling it was 1st of September launched, and we got it on the September AFOL day.
Quite possibly. Yeah. I think it was tail end of last quarter kind of thing.
Yeah, because I had the original one coaster and built that, and then it was announced that, well, there's a rumor that the next one was coming.
Yeah.
So, and just space and things, I put the original one up on eBay, and I was shocked at the price which I got for that.
Yeah.
As secondhand with no box, it was like £320.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, okay.
I think everyone panicked when that set got retired because they were like, "Oh my god, what if they never do a roller coaster again?"
Yeah.
And it was a great set. Like, it was so much fun just to watch go around.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It was a great set. It worked really well. It's just it had a massive footprint.
Yeah,
and it's like, where do you put it?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that might be a nice little segue. During the last week, just as a bit of fun, I did just a quick little short on the top 5 most expensive sets from 2022.
Okay.
The conversation has become a lot more, talking about the rising thresholds and everything like that. So just interested if, I don't know if either of you guys may have seen it, but what do you think of some of the top most expensive sets from last year?
Was the Eiffel Tower last year?
Yes.
It was, yeah.
And the Titanic.
Eiffel Tower, Titanic, Razor Crest.
Loop coaster.
Loop coaster, yeah.
Loop coaster.
I think it's the Razor Crest, no?
The 8080, was that last year or the year before?
Year
before.
Hang on, but you still not built them.
Look, let's just slow down, Carrie. We go one UCS set at a time.
And yeah, I'll be a bit cheeky. I have uploaded the video, so I'll just give it a show. So anybody else who's been out guessing in the chat, top 5 most expensive Lego sets, 2022 edition. Can you guess the most expensive? Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Did you guess this was the most expensive?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Did you like the Hulk Buster?
The thing which astounded me is, for those 5 sets, if you were to buy them all at retail, you're looking at almost £2,400.
It's madness.
But that's an insane, crazy amount of money.
You think like the Hulkbuster was one of those ones that went on sale straight away? The Hogwarts Express went on sale straight away.
I still don't understand that Hulkbuster.
Was because they designed it to fit that other figure, didn't they? The like £20.
Yeah, that was just. Look, I get the gimmick of it and things like that, but you're designing a what is it, £400 or £500 set around a £20 set. It's just
This doesn't make any sense, does it? Someone in Tommy knows quite well. He loves doing like stuff with mechs, and he's been changing that model. His name's Ransom Fern. I think he posts on YouTube, but yeah, he's been like updating that model with the pieces used in the set, and he's already made it look so much better.
Yeah, I've sort of just been waiting for somebody to do that, because it's almost like it's just screaming out for it with the wrong proportions and everything. So
Thing is, I don't think anyone's prepared to pay the money for the for the set to do it.
No, certainly if he gets that done, if you just drop us a link at some stage or something.
Yeah.
Because there's another set like that I just sort of looked at and went, I'm sure somebody's going to get a hold of this and do a better job, and then it might be interesting. I'm just trying to remember which one.
Like you said, if you took the gimmick of like building this massive set around a 20 quid set, I'm sure Lego could have done a much better job with it as well. Like,
yeah, it's almost like you compromised it so much for that £20 thing. It's yeah. Sort of seeing what's happening in the chat. People there. BFAB's around. Let's see, BFAB. And Brightest Switch Bricks. Oh, great to see you around as well. Thinking about cracking into the jazz club. Ooh.
Nice.
Just seeing anything else there. Cool. So good with that. How are we getting on with the builds there?
So we've just hit a point in our build where the piece that we have available doesn't match the piece that's showing in the book. And so we don't know if that's a instruction error or whoever put this back together or into bags swap the pieces out. So when you get to bag 13, 14 maybe, let us know what pieces you've got.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be on.
It's the bits
9.
that you use for the score counter. So in the book, it's got one that sort of sits on an axle without moving. Is that right?
Yeah.
Whereas these are more floppy.
It's a great description.
It might still work, but
yeah, I'm sure it'll still work.
it's just whether or not we've been diddled out of the right pieces. Someone went, "Oh, these are more useful. I'll swap them out." They'll never know.
It's always possible. That naughty Hugh.
Yeah. Tut tut, Mr. Brickset. Right. But it still works, so that's fine.
And Brickapix. I'm going to be so far behind. I'm still waiting for my bloody kitchen team to finish. I don't know, Kerry. The way that you build, probably get straight past.
Kerry, did you get to build any in the week? Because I know you said you were going to get a little bit ahead. Did you manage to?
So,
She'll catch us up.
She will. She's
a
a
builder.
yeah.
and if not, she just can knock a whole bunch onto the floor. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
So, there. Where that's you up to the tech?
I'm just coming to the end of bag 9.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in a bit of a similar position.
Because we're building as a pair, we are jumping ahead a lot more than we should. I feel
It makes it slightly more
because
complicated.
it will tell you to do one end, so we just do both ends. But then you get to the next instruction, you're like, "Oh, we've already done that bit. Whoops!" So we're definitely jumping a lot more.
And then sometimes you just sort of like, oh, is that one piece we need to do for both of us, or was that a singular piece?
Is there a slight variation or not? We're hoping for the best, that it's symmetrical.
Yeah. Speaking of jumping around, just before we sort of came on, you guys were talking a little bit about your podcast for this week. Do you want to sort of comment on that?
Yeah, so we went through the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1 and went through all 375. I mean, we didn't talk about all 375, but we kind of scanned through them all and talked about the interesting ones. And yeah, it was an interesting one. Unfortunately, we made the mistake of not having the microphone set up the first time, so we had to record it a second time.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
Silly sausages.
Yeah, very silly.
At least we realised.
Yeah,
At
because
least you didn't have a guest on.
I discovered it whilst editing, and then you would have been at work, and I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So I think there was like a sixth sense. We knew we'd done something wrong. Yeah, I just found that it just wasn't anything wow from the Bricklink Designer Program round 1 or series 1.
Do you think that's because it hasn't gone through a filter of 10,000 votes, so you sort of like any man and his dog can basically put something on there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the rules were. I know Oldendorf submitted some and got rejected. I think he had problems with pictures not being bright enough. So there was definitely some level of kind of checking it, but I don't know if they went, these ideas are rubbish, therefore you can't put them on, kind of thing. Well, there's some points you might need that kind of level.
There was a lot of cathedrals as well, so like the rules from like ideas didn't seem to apply. You wouldn't find a cathedral on Lego Ideas, but there was at least 3, I think.
Yeah, more than that.
Okay.
It was all a bit weird.
Yeah, I think also like they want you to vote. There's 3 options for voting, like, love, and then not for me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're wanting you to go through and mark every single one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know Oldendorf, if you watched his video, he does go through and select for each one he votes for it, which one he puts on.
It was a long-winded process going through that many.
It was.
Yeah, I remember. I think one time on London Calling, we went through like 35 of the ideas ones through. They were up for review, and by the end of that felt pretty exhausting. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that anytime soon again.
You sort of don't give the ones at the end a fair chance either, because you're like, well, I'm fed up of seeing these now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and we got Snow Laners popped around. G'day, mates. Yeah, g'day. Great to see you in. Hope that you're doing well this morning. There was something else I found during the week, which I've sort of just uploaded as a quick little video, which I thought was kind of funny. You may have seen it on my shorts, but I think it might be something interesting to also have a little bit of a chat about.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
The new Lego Lord of the Rings set just released today.
Yes, the Rivendell set.
Yeah, I saw it earlier this morning when I was at the Lego store. It looked absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. When I first saw the revealed images on brickset.com, I immediately thought that it lived up to the hype. The architecture, the waterfalls, it all looks really accurate to the film, at least for Lego.
100%, and the colors are so vibrant. It's like you can feel the energy of Middle-earth. It really has that fantasy, dreamlike aesthetic.
Ah, Rivendell. Yes, it's a place of great beauty and wisdom.
So it's being done by Nick's Incredible Bricks. On YouTube, you can see the full one there. It's just, obviously, it's all AI stuff. It's AI voice. The way that the script is written, it almost feels like it's been fed through like ChatGPT or something. Is this the future of Lego reviews?
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that still script their videos though. So if they could just script their video and then not have to record all the audio, surely that's a win. Like that's a time saver.
True.
It just sounds weird though. Well, it didn't sound weird though. That's the thing. I don't know. I like to just talk on my reviews. You get the funny stuff that way.
Yeah. I mean, isn't part of that just, you say you pass the LAN marketing material to it and tell it to do stuff, and that is what you get from a lot of the LAN reviews. Some of them really connect with a set and have history with it and talk about it and stuff, and others it's quite clearly, this is the marketing material. I'm saying everything that the marketing material says I need to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we probably all feel it too when you go onto Instagram and you know when a new set's been released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have everyone with the same sort of thing.
Start scrolling and everything's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Rivendell took out Instagram for ages. Like, so, oh look, it's still Rivendell. Get over it, people.
I was sick of that set 5 minutes after it got revealed. I was like, I do not care anymore. I didn't care really in the first place.
Yeah, the same pictures over and over again.
Over and over again. Yeah. And this is just the end of that video, which I thought was kind of funny.
What's the gift with purchase that comes with the set?
Right now, the Lego store is giving away a Lord of the Rings brickheads if you buy the set.
Oh, those brickheads are just a putrid waste of plastic?
I agree. I wouldn't buy this set unless there was double VIP points or something, plus a good gift with purchase.
Yes, the GWP they have on offer right now is dog shit, Joe.
People are so angry about their gift of purchase.
Yeah.
I mean, it was naff, wasn't it, for one of the most expensive? Like, yeah. I think tying gift for purchases is really the way to go, because if they had made something with like another character, like another minifigure for that set, the amount of people that were on, like, that were going to buy it, or even that were on the fence about buying it, that would have went out and bought it day one because of the gift for purchase, would have been crazy.
I mean, to be fair, even if those brickheads hadn't been released and were just a gift with purchase, then I think people would have been happier with it.
Yeah.
It was the real big Lord of the Rings fans have already gone out and bought those.
Yeah.
And now they're giving them away when they buy the other set they want. It's like, well, you've done it the wrong way round.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're being penalised for being a super fan.
Yeah.
I think you also look at it too, like Rivendell's what is it, £430?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Something like that. You think about, okay, they've been having high thresholds, 170, 250 sort of things, and you get something unique, and it's sort of like you're paying twice as much for, as you said, if you're a super fan, anyhow, you've got it, and if not, there's nothing special about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of those 170, 250 price thresholds, usually the GWP sits somewhere in, the 30 to 40 pounds range if you were to put it on a secondary market. So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, because that's the thing. Those brickheads, you can't sell them to try and make your money back because people can just go and buy them from the store.
Yeah.
So kind of ruins that whole. A lot of people buy it, get the gift of purchase to sell it to compensate somewhat. It just seems like a massive mistake.
I think I said this before, but like if it's true that we're going to get that Gringotts gift with purchase, that like the vault, I would like. I've always thought like, oh, Gringotts, that'd be a great investment one day. But like, if I can get it with that, like day one, I know it's not good to invest in things like when they just come out, but if you can get that gift with purchase in it, when the set eventually retires and you could sell that as a bundle, like that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah,
because it's so closely connected.
but a lot of the times with these things, like you justify it in that, like, oh, at least I get this, and I can get this little thing and I can sell it later or whatever else. And it's like, how many times do you actually end up selling it though? Because you go, actually, I kind of like it.
That is true. With Harry Potter, I would be very shocked if I ever went, oh, do you know what? I'm going to open Gringotts. Because I guess a lot of the stuff that I've bought to flip, I started in like 2019, so it's only really in the last like year or so that I could start selling stuff that's actually started to really increase. But I am going to go to a few shows this year and sell. I do want to make a bit more of a conscious effort to do a bit more flipping this year.
So do you have to pay to sell?
It's so at the brick festivals, it's £60 for a table, or if you want a backing table as well, it's an extra £20. Or if you display a mock, you can you won't get your voucher, but you don't have to pay for a table.
Right,
So
that's what I was wondering. Could you offset
Yeah.
it that way?
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I'd just go to, well, I'm going to Oxford anyway, and I think Oxford's the one I'm going to aim to sell at. So
And how do if there's sellers there, how do their prices compare to, I guess, if you try to pick something up off eBay?
there's one store in particular that is outrageously expensive, and I don't think I've ever seen someone purchase from them. So I don't know how they make that sorted. Most of the time it's fairly reasonable. Like, the thing is, especially with the bigger stuff, you're not going to just go and buy like a big UCS or a UCS set. Like, you're going to know what you're buying.
Yeah.
So you can't outlay the price on it just because I'm hoping someone's going to buy it, because they just won't. You do see a lot of gift with purchases move for probably more than you would pay on eBay, because they're at the like £30 mark, and it's like, oh, a parent gives them a budget of £25-30 to go and pick something up from. So you do see a lot of people walking around with those. But for the most part, prices seem reasonably fair.
It's quite reasonable.
Yeah,
So
I've seen definitely. I think it was at Sheffield. There was one seller that was a bit dodgy and didn't list any prices for anything, and so it seemed like he was basically just making up the prices based on what he thought he could get out of you.
Yeah.
And his minifigures weren't like complete and proper. Like, he had 3 minifigures that were meant to be the same thing, but they all had different like accessories and things.
Yeah.
And, like, we're not buying from this guy.
Yeah. That's the thing. When you're at a very specifically tailored event, you've got to realize that your market is a lot smarter than if you were selling on like a market street, or if you just pitched up at any old, or if you're just in any old like passerby thing. You're selling to people that have come because they want to see Lego. They know what they're looking at, sort of thing. Which is why it baffles me as to how, because like going to Chicago, convention price or like extortionate convention prices is absolutely a thing, and I don't know how or why anyone buys anything from sellers in Chicago, because it's just so much over what you'd pay on Bricklink or eBay. And you're not even talking like $20-30 on some of the big sets. You're talking like 100, 200, 300 in some cases.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they have to pay a lot for a table, so I guess they do have to try to recoup their costs, but I just don't see how that's profit. I don't know.
I mean, is it that they're trying to, count on the fact that there's an awful lot of hype for being there, and so people want to buy something as a kind of memory of being there, and so you'll go over your limit more?
I mean, potentially, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a tight ass, and I would pay $20-30 over maybe on something for the association of it.
Yeah.
But when you're talking hundreds of dollars,
yeah, makes no sense.
Are they counting on you not having good enough phone signals to work out how much something costs?
To be fair, I did have to kick, because I thought I had a bit of a problem with with my phone, so I was only really getting Wi-Fi out there. So I had to go back to my room if I wanted Wi-Fi, or back to the main lobby of the hotel. And so that was a bit of a pain. So I was constantly pestering people, like, "Can you just check that price?" No, oh no, that is right. That is extortionate. Don't need to get that.
Were you asking the seller, "Hey, can you just check?"
Yeah. What's this go for on Bricklink, mate? Like,
this is why it pays to do your research. You put it on the back of your phone, then you don't need to worry about it.
That works if you've got a very limited number of things you're going for.
Yeah,
yeah, that's not
you
me.
can fit lots of bits of paper in your phone case, swap them around.
You can.
I see something and go, "Oh, actually, I want that," and I've never looked at it before. And that's
Yeah.
the problem.
You've got to have a shopping list.
Yeah. I'll just be custom figures and stuff this year, and custom accessories, because they're all like, they all have prices that match their website, and it's just the shipping that's often a lot to get it over from the US. So I'll just be doing that this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lady McBrick brings up an interesting point. Sometimes wonders why people buy Lego via Amazon Germany from a third party at a higher price than one pays at Lego online. Doesn't make sense. I mean, I see that a lot for retired sets, or sometimes the exclusive sets. I think the general thing is that usually Amazon is about 3 times the price of eBay. So, and it's probably, from a consumer point of view, probably a better buying experience, because if you have an issue, you're just raising a return and it's going to happen. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of familiarity with buying from Amazon, and so therefore people do that.
It's too easy.
Yeah, we are fairly accustomed with buying from lego.com. Some people don't know that lego.com exists. That's why you had was it in the US in Target that when you bought Lego, you got some voucher that you had to then log into lego.com to use or something. There was some weirdness around that. And that was it was just trying to get people to lego.com.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that was the other, just going back to your previous point, in America, because you see a lot of the people in America in the Lego community is like, "Oh, yeah, my nearest Lego store is 2.5 hours away." I mean, at least in the UK, if you went 2.5 hours, you've probably gone past 8 shops. Like,
yeah.
So I think, if you're at a convention and you see something and you live off in the sticks, it's going to be difficult. It's like,
yeah.
And the kid is well trained at nagging the parent.
Yeah.
You might end up
like a life skill they're
overpaying.
born with, isn't it?
Do you think we lose it over time?
I think I'm getting better at nagging as I get older.
I'd agree with that.
You're training me well by giving me lots of opportunities by doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily going to follow that one up. So, Ian, how's it going?
You're not too naggy most of the time.
Okay, can someone clip that and send it to me? And I'll use that.
Okay, what's the time? That is, I think, 1 hour 13 in the stream.
There we go. Sorted.
And I think brightest was good. US Bricklink designer program sets have shipped so hype. Yeah, that must be cool, because after seeing everyone in Europe get all theirs.
That's a lot quicker than the previous round, then, isn't it? Because they were months behind.
Do you think they're going from the same factory in probably, I guess, Denmark?
I would have thought so. I don't think it'd be cost effective for them to run 2 different production cycles on 10,000 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only got to be a fraction of 10,000, because obviously some come here, some will go to Australia.
Yeah.
So why did they mess it up so much last time?
Who knows?
Weird.
Sorry, what was the question?
So, like last year, or the last 2 rounds, it's taken ages for America to get their sets. So
I mean,
why
I'd be
have they
speculating,
suddenly
but they probably shipped it by sea mail, just put it all into a container and went here, and a couple months later it will arrive in America.
Yeah.
And maybe they've held back on shipping maybe they could have shipped the Europe ones earlier this time, but they wanted to make it they wanted to put it a bit close together.
Yeah, maybe.
If I held them back a bit.
The other thing too is maybe, let's face it, they're all pretty much big sets. So maybe once you get up to the bigger sets, you're sitting at a certain shipping sort of threshold, which all of a sudden doesn't become economical that you can achieve with smaller sets.
Yeah.
But what do we got there? Snowlena's got a question for Tech. Tech, what are you going to do if I actually turn up in Chicago with the Titanic?
I'm going to buy a suitcase. Oh god!
A suitcase, or would you just buy a plain seat next to you?
Yeah, that would also work. Yeah.
If you were to take it like completely apart and just have it as loose bricks, how big a suitcase do you think you'd need for that? Also, that would be an awful build experience at the other end. Like
The hot wood, yeah.
I did not enjoy building that.
As long as they stayed in their numbered bags, it'd be right, wouldn't it?
So she's not built it yet?
No, I don't think so. I think she's still got it sealed.
It doesn't sound like you're making too many inquiries and think it will happen.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not optimistic.
It's a problem you'll worry about if and when it arises.
Yeah. My biggest concern would be coming back and trying to tell Paige that I haven't spent money on the Titanic. It's just like the most ridiculous thing to come back from the other side of the world with.
Yeah. The joy of getting something so big for free, but then having to still sleep on the sofa.
Yeah, literally.
The problem is you probably have it in your bag, and then when you go through customs, they're like, this technically counts as a new item. You have to pay as duty.
Oh god.
And you've also got the awkward conversation that I didn't spend this money. It's just a girl who I've never met before gave me this expensive stuff.
I think you'd be safer going, I spent the money.
Yeah. I think I would be.
That's a good call there, Ian. I like that. Mountain View or something has arrived here today, but I don't have space when I finish. Yeah, I thought I saw on your Instagram you had a picture or something like that saying that. Brick Pics, I'm going to Maine.
Nice.
Is that what I'm just trying to make a joke with a sous chef? But yeah, Brighter Switch Bricks saying much quicker, thank goodness. How long until the Aussies get their Bricklink set? Probably by the end of the decade, knowing shipping in there now. It's probably not going to be that bad. I mean, they'd only pay a fortune, so it'd be funny if they got them first.
Yeah.
They didn't. Oh.
No. Trevor's saying the Brighter Switch Bricks. Sounds like you have a lot of exciting building to get done. I've had a great few days of building for sure. And Lady McBrick, time to call it a day. Someone needs loads of beauty sleep. That's not true at all. all really. Thank you very much for a great evening. Be good, everyone. We will try to. Thanks very much for joining. Hope that you have a good sleep. And if don't know, maybe you're on London Calling tomorrow. I might see you then. And Brickatix is now in her escape vehicle after she's maimed her chef.
She's on the run.
Milena won't get them for another month at least. And King O, another month. And then Milena, Matt, when Kerry is in the car, you have to keep talking so you think the car radio is broken.
Yeah. No mute in the stream.
Cool.
We've never done that before. Whoops.
What's that? You just sort of stopped talking and then...
Yeah, we put ourselves on mute and she pulled over to check her car was still working.
Yeah. So I feel it was a little of a bit of an odd thing because even if your radio stops working, I'm not sure it warrants pulling over to check it.
You just don't want to miss the stream. We're amazing streamers.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. I guess normally you don't have to worry about her then coming on the stream afterwards to berate you for it.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
We could just mess with her and then we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, Bud's got in trouble for that once. And Kingo, what BDP set that the brick bods got that need to build? Or is that meant to?
The Bricklink Designer Program. We've got, we finished the Winter Chalet, and we started a little bit on Studgate, and then we've also got Mountain View to do.
Yeah.
So lots of building for us.
So did you not get the diner?
We did not get the diner, no. We didn't think it was. And like, it's too short. We need like higher buildings in our city. Yeah. Want to make best use of that real estate.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we have finished.
We're not going to build the trophy. I like how they saved the trophy till the very last bit. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Have you not got to build the bags that you missed before?
Yeah, we probably should go back and build those.
We care about
or
that.
We could put the minifigures on and then like,
play.
Trounce each other. Yeah, come on. Which minifigures should we have? Choose your weapons, Ian.
I really don't care.
The Winter Chalet review should be out tomorrow, Snowlaner. I think I've started recording that. Yeah, I filmed that already.
With sound.
Don't say that. I'm pretty sure with sound.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Mean.
Even if it has sound, maybe we can just simulate it, just queue up the video and then just turn the sound off. Oh, so this is what it's like. Yeah, I'd have much the same thing. I'm curious at the Winter Chalet because I think last week when you're saying it wasn't exactly the best.
We don't really find any of the Bricklink Designer programs the best to build, but they do look nice. So yeah. I think you've just got to live with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of feels to me, it's kind of like a numbered bag mock.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're getting. I think Lego have worked a bit with the designers to get it so that they're buildable, but it's not to the same level as a proper Lego set at all.
Do you think the purple goalkeeper should go with the red team or the blue team?
I don't know. This
What?
shows purple with the blue team.
Interesting. In that case, I'm the blue team.
Okay.
but that's the red one. So I'll have to come around. This thing is massive.
It is quite big.
How fiddly do you think putting the minifigures in is? Let's see. How many times do I break it? No, we have a goalkeeper. All is good. I'll just ignore the blue.
The brightest switches bricks comment. Pebbles goals if I ever saw them. Nice play on words there.
Red versus Blurple. Yeah, that's it. Blurple.
Yeah.
So how many people do I actually need? 5 people. Because obviously there's loads of torsos with different colour hands.
Yeah,
So do you want a mix of people on your team here?
I don't mind.
Do you want their heads to match their hands? Or do you want me to just...
I don't mind. At the moment, I've got a mini doll in goal.
Oh no. Does that work?
Just about. The feet scrape the bottom a little bit, but there's
Actually,
a lot
that
more.
might make it more of a kick. Well, there's loads of mini dolls. Get them all in. Okay, so you're mini dolls, and
I feel like the mini doll is at a disadvantage because of how small they are, or like how slight they are.
They have longer legs,
Yeah.
True.
and like the bit at the back like covers them anyway. So
True.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
They're not as easy to get on because their necks are the wrong size.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Stud is picking up on some things that we were saying last week. You could have some fun with the figs, Jedi versus Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking we could do a whole bunch of different ones. You know, you can have Star Wars versus Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah,
You should
we've got
do a
mini
whole,
dolls versus minifigs.
you should do a whole like tournament out of it. That would be a big video.
I think I know the ones that would win. That would be the Lego Mario ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're massive.
It's
Oh, I
me,
keep it in the
Mario. I'm blocking the goal.
You could
Yeah,
have
even
balls
Stud
and
can
versus
carry
hair.
Brixine, welcome along. Good to see you. If you're red playing blue, you'd never have a gold people in purple. Just saying. And Monarch's come up here. He's asking the hard questions, the probing ones. Which mini doll?
I mean, it's hard to tell because Ian's not actually putting their hair on. So
Well, the hair doesn't fit on.
Short back and sides.
Oh, okay.
It's football.
So we can't have girls with hair. You have to have bald
They can,
girls.
as long as, you know, the hair's up.
Okay.
Get that afro hairstyle on there.
Yeah. So we got Andrea. She's definitely in here.
Team full of Stephanies, am I right, Mark?
Although, is this when we see like a whole bunch of like 501st mini troopers versus a whole bunch of tech minifigures?
Yep. all those 212 troopers I've been getting from the magazine. I will. I'll
Oh yeah.
put them in.
With my
You've only
foot.
got 4 so far.
Yeah. I
So
do
you
more.
need to get a 5th one plus then a goalie.
Oh, here you go, get Commander Cody for the goalie.
And only the Aussies would get that. State of origin, Queensland versus New South Wales. Oh, Monarch said that would be a losing team, Thomas.
Guessing that's about the Stephanies.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Is that the same colour head as hands?
No.
I don't have anyone with this colour head. Oh, maybe he has to be on the other team then.
And I think we've starting to achieve part of the goal with this stream. But Elena now wants a foosball table.
This is how this all started.
It's only a matter of time.
We've come full circle.
Maybe we should do that in the future. It's sort of like if anybody wants to join at any time and they have a foosball table, that they're straight in.
Okay.
Oh no, my chair went at the same. Oh. I meant to make it go off. I forgot I was still sat on it. Right. Okay.
Can you switch to your downwards camera?
Oh yeah. Is it plugged in?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is.
Oh,
I think I can plug in. Is it that one? Oh,
Still got plenty of time.
Oh, it might be plugged in. Hang on. Follow the wire. Follow the wire.
Now there's a video I'd want to watch. Have teams of sig figs battling each other. Defeat each other. Tech versus tangent.
He is a built man. He would kill me.
Also, too, when we get down the stream, for London Calling, Greg has requested photos of foosball.
Is he?
Not really, but I said we'd tell it. We'd get them. So.
Nice.
Brick scene. Settle down. Gotta get through 3 of these things now.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Who's got the ball?
I've got the ball.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you ready? Mini dolls versus minifigs.
I feel this might get a bit noisy.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Oh no. What? Because I'm shouting at you? Because I don't want to. Oh no! I lost. This is not going well.
Is it going? I see how you're moving it, so I can't reach.
No. Oh come on! These mini dolls are cheating. Because they've got way more leg in play.
They also swing from side to side quite a lot. I don't think you can see on the camera. Oi!
What? That's not cheating at all. Oh, come on. Nope. Oh, God.
Okay, 3-0.
I mean, my goal is rubbish. I'm going to stand up. I'm taking this seriously. Come on. No! Oh. No!
4-0.
I'm blue, by the way. Like, that's my goal. So... No, this isn't fair. I think the mini dolls are cheating. They look the type.
They do.
He looks the type.
Yes, I gotta go. Finally. But this is my score. I'm blue.
Well, then you put your players in the wrong place.
What? No. Just because you're a weird lefty. Yes!
Oh.
2 points to me. Well, that wasn't fair. No, that wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. That just rolled in. Oh, okay. I think there's a slope on our table.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't think it's fair. Look, just goes into my goal naturally. No, stop it.
Carry cheats, so you're aware.
Oh yeah, that was a. Oh no!
I have got
No.
no room to
No! That was an own goal.
That was. Your goal is rubbish.
Okay, I think we should. I think I lost. I'm pretty sure that was not good. We had fun though, right? It's not a bad set. It's just overpriced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for how much we got it for, to be fair.
Oh, these mini dolls are really having a great time.
Let's just take that off there. And joining us in the stream, Kerry, Brickbix, how are you going?
Hi. I am very, 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 very tired. I had a manager call in sick yesterday and today, so I've basically done what in restaurant is termed as an AFD all effing day.
Oh,
2 days
nice.
in a row. So I couldn't stream last night because I started at 8 in the morning and finished at 10 last night, and I've just done the same today, so I'm very tired.
Yeah. Do you have to turn around and do it again tomorrow?
Oh, I'm off tomorrow. I'm stopping in bed.
Okay.
And the other manager who refused to come in yesterday or today because there's 4 managers. One's on holiday, one was sick, and the other manager wanted to watch football, so he wouldn't do the top of my shift or the bottom because he couldn't be bothered to get up. So she's still sick, and now he's going to have to do it tomorrow because I'm not going to help him. So what, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
If he'd have come in and done like 2 hours of the shift, so I only had to do like 12 hours, then I would have helped him. But I've had to do 14 now, so you can stuff. 14 hours in 2 days. It's not good.
No,
So
you
this
can,
means she's not going to catch us up as quickly as she did last week.
No, probably not. I'm going to try though. I thought I built at 7 actually, so I'm really behind.
well, that's all. I think I'm trying to get through bag 11. I mean, Tech, what are you up to? You must be about 12, maybe?
Yeah, I've just opened a bag 12. So we're getting there.
Let's see how this.
I've got no room on here either because I've not sorted myself out. There we go.
I mean, that's probably one thing with this set is, in relative terms, it doesn't take up a huge footprint.
It does when you're looking at this, where I've got like a mock here, and I've got my mock there, and then like the Stranger Things set there. Not very organised.
We essentially moved onto the sofa, ready to stream because we've got so much going on.
Yeah.
The Winter Chalet's just there. It's just Lego takes over a bit, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. Just a little bit.
And yes, please don't go silent when I'm driving if I'm still listening to you. No, you can't mess with me when I can hear what you're saying.
We can try.
It was only that one time.
Renard wants to know what our plans are for the builds after we're done.
No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna put them in a bin.
We keeping them with stable footballs?
Probably not.
I probably will do because obviously it's my idea set, but I'll probably keep. It's going to be. There should be iron something, I think.
How long
I would if I start do like custom printed like England torsos and like some different things, so I might get 5 of those and try create some like purist customs. Well, I said not pure, or just make some custom figures of different players. That could be quite fun.
And I think we might see about, using it as a football pitch in the city.
Yeah.
Maybe see if we can use the goals as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of kind of the walls and stuff will end up losing.
Yeah.
This into the park collection.
Oh, you guys were talking about the brick shows earlier. So I think I've just been talked into doing the Doncaster one because I don't think I've got many displayers.
No.
So they were asking online today for something to display. So it's literally across from where I work. So I've been talking to displaying at that one. Really, I was already going as a guest, and I didn't really want to display, but
Yeah, it's just a bit far for us.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why I booked off. I booked off the Sunday, and I'm like, the second, that's a bit weird. So I was going to go to Black Country Brick Show for the day, and then it popped up, and I was like, oh, that's why I booked it on. So I was going to go to the one in Doncaster.
Black Country Brick Show would be better. There's much nicer people there.
Yeah.
It's not really a day trip for me. It's a bit far for a day trip. Oh well, never mind. Well, I couldn't go to both days because I booked up too many weekends.
Yeah.
I mean, Brickbots, how many sort of shows do you guys sort of tend to do in a year?
The last year we went to a lot of shows, but we only displayed at one.
Do you do like 4 in a row or something?
Yeah,
4 weekends.
I think we nearly did 5 in a row, but then we were sick. But yeah, it was a lot. And obviously, if you're not displaying, it's then costing you admission fee, so it also adds up. So this year we're booked on to do. We've done Bricktastic. We're doing Reading, Swindon again.
Yeah.
And the Black Country Brick Show. I think that's all we've got so far.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah.
I think
I'm doing 4 as well.
Yeah, that seems like an okay number. We haven't worked out about Sheffield or not, whether displaying at that one would be feasible or not. Oh, you dropped a part on the floor.
Oh dear.
I don't want to get it.
Is it an important part?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Oh well.
So helpful.
Oh well.
Yeah. So
Menard,
hot,
If I drop anything on the floor, it's staying there.
Yeah.
I'm very, very tired.
Menard said, I'd love to go to the Black Country Brick Show, but I'm working and had to swap my next shift to display at Reading as I haven't worked a weekend proper for months. Okay. You guys know anything about the Black Country Brick Show?
Yeah, I volunteered at it last year. It's quite a nice one. It's it's quite big. It's like a mid-range one. Had quite a lot of mocks. Had the big brick pit. It was cool. Yeah. It's across. Is it across 3 rooms, Carrie?
I remember it being quite a lot of rooms, but I don't.
Yeah.
I just remember having to look after children covered in chocolate.
And me avoiding children covered in chocolate.
It was stressful. Okay, that piece is gone. I don't know where it went.
You weren't there, were you, Ian?
No,
I wasn't. It's all the way right at the back.
Oh, I'm not going that far. Okay. Yeah, that was a stressful weekend for us.
Yeah.
We've got to highlight one of these bad dad jokes. My guess is Matt's first match will end in a draw. Is that dad joke of the night, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
See, when I first read that, I thought that was just because you'd be playing yourself, but now I realise that it's a pun.
Yeah.
Well
I've
done.
just got that. I've actually just got that.
See that? It wasn't just me. She's got an excuse though. She's way more tired.
Yeah, I'm very tired. I've literally had probably 11 hours sleep in 48 hours. Ugh.
I was going to say 11 hours sleep sounds great, but yeah.
No, not
48
across that. So the worst thing was I was on a 12 close on the Tuesday, which then we don't normally do a close and then an open straight away, but because of the way it fell, we were doing that. So I did a 12 close and it fell onto an 8-8. So I only had like 5 hours sleep in between, and you don't mind it. No, it was on an 8-5. So you kind of don't mind that. So you think, oh, I'll be home at 5 anyway. And then when she called in sick, I had to then do until 10 o'clock. So it's like three in a row. It's really not happy, funny. I can sleep when I'm dead, I suppose.
Yeah, no, when I was 15, I worked as a pot wash.
Oh, I could do it at 15, that was fine. I never used to sleep at 15. But no,
Well, it was the, I'd be in bed on a Saturday or Sunday morning, they'd phone up and say that someone was out sick and they needed me. And so, you start making demands. It's like, okay, I want 2 bacon sandwiches by the time I get there. Right. And then at the end of the shift, I'll need lunch as well, kind of thing.
Well, I had 3 meals there today. I had a bacon sandwich when I got there, and then I had my lunch, and then I had my dinner. So I couldn't eat at home. I still don't know how we managed to spend £100 on food each week, though, and I eat 5 times at work.
Because food is expensive these days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's because my husband's food is expensive. That's what it is.
I think the best one was when I was working. I worked at 2 different pubs because I quit from one and started at the other. But I'd already agreed to do Christmas for the one I was leaving, and what I ended up doing was that one did 2 Christmas sittings. So I did the morning sitting there, then went to the other pub, did their lunch sitting, and then went home and had a 3rd Christmas dinner at home. So,
Did you feel like the Vicar of Dibley, or was that actually quite nice? For you?
it was nice. I enjoyed having 3 Christmas dinners on one day.
You're a rare breed, Ian.
Yeah.
Is it like turkey for one meal, fish for another?
No, so the 2 at the pub were both turkey. I can't remember what we had when what my parents cooked. They normally do something weird.
I mean, admittedly, I had 3 Christmas dinners over Christmas and Boxing Day last year just gone, but that was over 2 days. I had far too much food this Christmas. Are you two just still playing?
No, just trying to get all the parts.
Yeah, I'm building the stand now. But I don't know why, because there's no point in having it really.
We don't want the stand.
No, but I don't like not getting the full build experience.
Right.
Would you not be able to incorporate the stand with the pitch?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's quite a big stand, isn't it? It's
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Although when you take the bottom part off, that's like almost like the jewelry box part, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you like store all the minifigures, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the spare parts. All the spare.
There is a lot of like minifigures here. All these different hair pieces.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It almost feels like for each character there's 2 head pieces. Suppose there are 2 heads there as well. I don't know. can certainly see with this build where if you had 2 people going at it, it's probably better because
Absolutely.
by the time you build,
Find a friend.
It was a little confusing in places.
Yeah, but it wasn't tedious.
No,
I'd rather be confused than bored. I don't know. Not as confused as Greg was on his stream the other day, though. I don't ever want to be that
Why,
confused.
what happened? What did you do?
And he was trying to build something that was like offset, so he had to use like a corner piece to go over something that was a bit too far. He just couldn't understand how to attach the corner piece on, so he had to use like the little pins instead of the gaps. And Grace was trying to explain it to him, and he went back through the whole build pretty much trying to work it out. It was quite funny to watch.
What was he building?
The construction site.
4+ set.
Right, okay.
Oh yeah,
That's hilarious.
you love to get in a few digs while he's
I
not here.
have to. He would do the same. I would expect nothing less from Greg.
No, exactly.
I mean, the chat was obviously being very helpful.
I'm sure.
You're just ripping into him. I have no idea what I'm building.
This doesn't seem right. No, because it's not.
Good gut instinct. If it doesn't
I just
seem
put
right.
one of the little handles on the wrong side, and of course,
Oh.
because they're offset, if you do that, it's like, wait a minute, they can't get the full way across. You're just looking at it's like trying to adjust some of the little bushes and things. It's like, nah, this can't be right. And then it's like, oh yes, I'm trying to put it on the wrong side. Yeah, that works a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this with online instructions.
You would
Because
struggle with you to line that
That
up.
picture where you have to put this bush on this bit of the axle. If you hold it up to a screen, that's not going to tell you where to put it because it depends on what screen you're watching it on.
Yeah,
I suppose you just have to resize it until you got the thickness of the axle right, and then
but yeah, you'd have to go with the thickness because most of the lengths, because they're 32 length ones, they don't show the full thing.
yeah.
That's it. Half of it's off the page.
Times 2. That's so.
Gets you every time.
So what's the next set we all shouldn't buy but inevitably will, and we'll be here again?
You mean you've enjoyed it?
Yeah, I absolutely. I really have.
No, I've already done the Black Panther. What is something else everyone rags on? Let's do the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah.
That ought to take up a few streams.
I've already done that.
Oh, have you done it already? Well, that rules it out.
It's an awesome set. It's beautiful. It's a nice build as well.
We could do the Eiffel Tower.
No,
That'll keep us busy for the rest of the year.
Buying the Eiffel Tower.
No way. It doesn't even look fun.
Doesn't.
No, that. You know, that is definitely times 4 at least for But
I don't really get why somebody would buy that. There's been plenty
If gone to Lego, it'd make a good Valentine's present.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one of the options for Valentine's.
Yeah.
Would it make a good Mother's Day present?
I'm sure it would. Gone to Lego, it'll make a great present no matter what or who it is. Just buy the Eiffel Tower. That's all they want.
Is that what you bought for me?
Yes.
Friday?
Yeah, I was saying earlier. So my friend's basically he's a massive Jeep enthusiast, and he wants to buy the Jeep, and he wants me to. Well, he said, if I buy it, will you build it? I just don't know if he was joking or not.
The Jeep or the Land Rover?
The Land Rover, sorry.
Okay, sorry. No, it's just when you said Jeep, it's like
Yeah.
what the small little Technic set.
No, the Land Rover.
But I don't understand people who want to buy a set but not build it.
Well, I gave them like a Christmas set one time, you know, all the little briquettes. It took them 3 hours.
Well, that's slower than Greg. Actually, no, it's not.
But I was, yeah. So I was sorry, actually joking about me building it. I'm thinking, you're not joking though, are you? So I said, I will build it for you if you want, just because I actually enjoyed the build. You know, not necessarily owning it. I don't want the Lego set. Just, but I think you should come down and build it with me. The beauty of it is obviously they're going to buy it on my card, so I get all the points. Haha.
It's always a good way to do it.
Pac-Man. Oh yeah, I forgot that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't look very good though.
And there's a giant aerial castle or something, isn't there?
I
Second.
cannot wait for that.
I was hoping
But like,
it
they
was
just
gonna
did a aerial palace.
Yeah, but not for $180.
No.
And I didn't buy the playset one.
I already bought it.
Well, you're gonna need this one.
Mm.
You got to, because you could incorporate it into your underwater.
It's gonna be, but isn't it going to be too large for that?
No, absolutely not. You just make them up bigger.
Yeah. You might be able to do that.
Ian's on board. Ian likes it. This is good. This is good.
That could be the set that we buy to build.
I mean, literally everyone was like, "Where's Ariel?" And he's like, "She's in the palace with Eric."
Yeah.
So you can't go back on that. You said she has legs now.
We can still have the palace. She doesn't need to be in it.
I hope that comes with a scuttle. Mold.
The seagull.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd just use the seagull mold they've already got, though?
I really hope not. That would be such a cop out. I'd hate that so much.
Mine. I'm on the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Somebody just mentioned seagull. I was like, mine.
Wrong film. Wrong film, but good film.
I really want to know how Lego are going to do, like, if they were to ever do something like The Lion King, or I guess it would be in the same vein of like Scooby-Doo, right? They would do like a purely custom mold to look exactly like the character, as opposed to just use their animal molds.
Well, I mean, you've got the is it Simba coming next year? I mean, it's more like a Bowser type build from what?
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah, it's not a figure, but yeah. Anyhow, sorry.
Who's going to be the first person to dress up as Rafiki and lift that set up?
There's so many that you could choose from.
I think, certainly the aerial one has triggered a lot of people in the chat. Seems like it might be a winner.
Is there two bag eights? Is there two bag eights? Because I am missing some pieces here.
Yes, there is.
We didn't have bags.
Yeah. Kingo and Snowlaner and Carrie, no. What did you just suggest?
Sorry. I didn't think who said what sort of seagull, so I said dirty. So wrong. It's Carrie's fault.
Wasn't my fault. They're the one that put the dirty seagull in the set.
I'm sorry, guys. I've been let us try. So hungry.
Now I've got Lion King stuck in my head.
I got part of that world stuck in my head.
Ah, what about the Disney today?
Yeah, I think I saw that Holly was saying that she hopes that the Ariel castle will be minifig.
I think it will be. I would be shocked if they did an 18 plus, purely on the basis that it's an 18 plus set. I would be shocked if they did an 18 plus mini doll set.
But there are, 18-year-olds who have grown up with mini dolls.
I think it would tank real hard if they did that. I wouldn't be adverse to it. I wouldn't mind if it had mini dolls because it would sit more in line with the ice castle.
Yeah.
I just really hope they bring back Ariel's hair mold as opposed to using the mini doll one.
From the CMF.
Yeah.
I bought that CMF like second hand. I don't think I've actually looked at her hair.
Her hair is amazing. But they just use the rubber. They use a rubberized one that doesn't even look like Ariel, really.
You have to look up her hair.
Oldendorf, I was working. There wasn't enough hours in the day for me to stream, I'm afraid. And sleep.
And Snowlena has come up. Life lesson: don't ever Google anything you hear on the BrickBods.
No, don't, seriously.
Okay.
You know what you're talking about.
You will be traumatized.
I mean, we did tell you not to.
Yeah. You see, I don't think I like Ariel as a minifigure as much.
Get out.
Yeah, I'm just too used to the mini dolls.
Hmm.
I think she's great.
I mean, it's quite good hair. I don't like her face very much.
The face does look a bit dated.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Why have I just pulled out a bag of minifigures with like 4 pieces of Lego in it? That was weird.
Do you think there's any chance that they're going to base that set off the movie and give movie characters as opposed to the animated one?
Who knows?
I think that would do worse than if it did mini dolls.
Mini dolls.
Oh, are they going to base the castle on the original castle shown on the DVD,
On the penis one.
VHS videos?
Yeah, I hope so.
Is the movie still out yet?
Do you not remember the famous controversy?
No.
That someone may have sneaked a penis into the design of the castle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you look at the original VHS version of The Little Mermaid, and you see that it's like in one of the opening scenes where they like pan of the palace, you can see a massive peen.
Did they edit that out for later?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
and they changed it was also on the sleeve of the video as well.
Oh,
so they
I've got that
edited
video, I think, somewhere. Yeah,
I think isn't that not like worth quite a bit of money or something? Like, isn't that one of the
maybe
VHS?
wrong, got rid of it. I'll check.
Yeah.
Now I'm googling Little
Yeah, 'cause that
Mermaid
used to be
penis craft.
quite a the people doing painting the backgrounds for Disney on those sorts of traditional animations was trying to sneak things into the background.
Yeah, wasn't it where like Rafiki in Lion King where he does something and he blows the stuff into the air and it goes across, and apparently the first one spelled out sex.
No, it was
SFX.
SFX.
Oh, SFX.
But obviously that looks quite a lot like sex when you know.
Yeah. When you're not reading it properly.
Yeah.
And welcome along to Topic Bricks. Hello to you too. Hope that you're good.
Hello, Rosie.
Hello, Rosie.
but there was actually I can't remember. Was it? Oh, what's the film with the mice? Disney film with the mice in it?
Ratatouille?
No, the going to America one.
Castle of the Great Mouse.
Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah,
The Great Mouse Tale or something?
I can't think, but there's definitely a scene where they're like going down a street and then they pass by windows, and in one of the frames they've actually put a still from a porn film in the window.
Fantastic.
Naughty people.
Did these people get the sack?
If they got caught, yeah,
doing it.
What? They got the sack before they did it?
Possibly. There's definitely been stories where people have done that kind of thing because they've been given their notice and then they're still working on it. So at that point, they can do whatever they want, really.
This is why if somebody's working their notice at work and you're suspicious, you don't let them work their notice.
Yeah.
Not says you can't unsee the original aerial castle.
That's two of them.
What am I building?
Like, have you finished building like all the little things which hold the characters on the Technic-Axles?
Yeah, I've just finished that. I'm just opening bag 13 now.
Okay.
So, penultimate bag.
Is it just me, or was that quite tedious?
Very tedious. Why didn't they just build? Again, they could have done like a ×2 multiplier on the actual like players thing, and then just got you to put the different handles on after. There's so many corners that could have been cut in terms of the instructions for this set. I think is what's the most frustrating.
I just missed off another ×2.
Although, I mean, the flip side of that, though, is if you score like a ×8 or a times, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd be thrilled with that.
That is true.
Yeah, I think they purposely try and break up the build, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that not make it feel more repetitive though? At least if you know out front, you can. Do you guys build? If you guys have like a build, like a ×2 or ×4, do you build two simultaneously, or do you build it once and then go back?
No,
it depends if you can hold it like in your hand to build, or like, if you build it on the table and you build them at the same time. But if it's something that you want to be sort of holding, then
I normally do it if it spans multiple pages in the instruction booklet.
Yeah,
I'll do up to the point where I'd have to turn the page and then do the next one kind of thing. So you're not having to flick backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I build two simultaneously, and it's just noisy because I've never.
And King Allendorf out of here. Thanks very much for stopping by. Hope you have a good evening.
See you later, Allendorf.
Okay.
Rosie's got a question for you, Tech. Do you know if the play set Razor Crest is in scale with the 20th anniversary Slave 1?
I think the Razor Crest is too small. Like, I don't know for certain, but I think the Razor Crest is in universe bigger than the Slave one, and I think the playset one is smaller than the anniversary Slave one, I think. But I'd have to do some maths on it to know for sure.
Well, I've got a question for you, Tech. Have you put your name down for the panel at Celebrations?
For Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Yes. Holly did that for us.
Hopefully we'll all get it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I am so excited for that. That's going to be so much fun.
Me too. Especially now that there's actually going to be a Lego panel as well. I hope we can all I hope that's like just a walk in and it's not going to be as popular as. It's kind of on the same time though. That's the only thing.
Oh, is it?
Well, it's like the Lego one like 8 until 11, 12, and the Ahsoka's 11 until whenever. I might have read it wrong though because I'm not.
There's every chance that they might just. Yeah. We'll see. I imagine the X-wing will get leaked before then anyway.
I'm not massively bothered about Star Wars leaks, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, how new can an X-wing really look at this point?
Exactly. It's either going to be blue and black, or red and black, or black and black.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fact that we couldn't talk about Mandalorian.
Did I miss something Snowlander said? Oh, look, it's Bopit Kick.
Boppet tricks. I'm not really sure where that stemmed from, but yeah, it's basically referencing Rosie.
What is it?
You changed the two first letters of Topic Bricks and Boppet tricks.
Oh, okay.
Bop It was a good game though.
Boppet was infuriating.
Only if you weren't good at it.
Boppet used to drive me up the wall.
I was good at Bop It. I think I still have my Bop It. It was like Bop It Extreme and Bop It something else.
Yeah, there's been a whole slew of Boppets.
They're quite a good thing to receive for like a Christmas present because it gets you.
I bought my little brother one because I went through a phase of trying to buy him, because he's like 10 years younger than me, so I used to went through a phase of trying to buy him the most noisiest thing I could for Christmas. 1 year I got him a set of drums. I was not the favourite child that year.
So we're completely done, but we've got a piece left over. So somewhere in there's something wrong.
Or we were given an extra piece.
Yeah, we spent ages earlier looking for a piece. We've got a 1x2 grey. That's it. But Ian was looking for a bracket piece. He's like, "Oh, we're missing a bracket piece. Show them what you did, Ian."
Oh, I just used it to create some art.
Last week he was fiddling with like 2 brick separators, and he'd like joined them up with this bracket piece that we needed. Scuppered your own
We're
building.
missing a small black slope.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Did you say you got an extra 1x2 light bluish grey plate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on any of the minifigure?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
They all look the same height, so I don't think there can be one missing.
Or the other place? What about just above the goal?
Yeah, that's why I think Ian missed one, but I can't see it.
Let's see.
It's not enough to care.
Not what you're going to fly out anyway.
No.
I dropped a 1x2 bluish grey plate on the floor last week and still haven't found it.
There you go. Well, here you go. Have our spare. Just pass it to you.
You have to send me it when you send me the brick-tastic brick.
Yeah, I've got it in here. I will need your address.
I will send you my address.
Or I can bring it next. What's the next show that we might be at? I could just bring it to that.
I'm trying to think. So I'm doing. If you're going to Black Country Brick Show, give it to Alan and Vicky for me.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Cheers.
I'm looking for where it might be missing from.
Yeah, I can't spot anywhere.
Just next to it, it's gone. It's gone now.
Yeah. It could literally just be extra.
I've got quite a few minifigures left over as well. Are they meant to be spare?
I feel that's built differently to that.
What? Yeah, that's very different. Who did it right though?
No idea.
You're gonna copy mine?
Is that yours?
I don't know. Very clean, functional. It's fine.
Hey, clicking close. How are you?
It's that fiddly by any chance?
There's a little.
Fiddly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick my favourite face.
Surely that's mine.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry.
Thanks. Delay on that. It was perfect.
I was just looking at like the distribution of like colours of faces.
There's barely any light flesh ones, which makes I'm glad they've done that.
Because they've already got tons of those already.
Yeah.
It's really good for sort of rebalancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many different
So
colours?
do you think if they obviously I think it was a designer that basically said that they'd set this to a certain price point, which was high, so they put in a whole bunch of these extra figures. Would you rather have been that, or actually being just having the bare minimum number of figures you need and being a much cheaper set?
I wouldn't have bought this if it didn't have all of the faces and figures. So, in that respect, I'm glad that they did it the way they did.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know though, because if I'd seen this for 120, maybe if it'd been really cool if they could have got if they could have done a licensing partnership with, like they've already done it with like Man United and Barcelona or Real Madrid. Like you could have two teams like that. I guess that would increase the price and stuff. But no, I think I probably yeah.
Without looking at your minifigures, how many different skin tones are there?
I think there's in the set.
Yeah.
If you don't include the one with the skin, or if you do include the one with like the skin condition, is it 6?
Well, I mean, from looking top down, you can't tell that she's got that. So
Right. Then I think it's 5.
I count 6.
Oh, you count 6?
Yeah.
6 different skin tones.
Which is really awesome. Right. I didn't even know they did 6 different skin tones in Lego. I'm quite impressed.
Only up until recently, yeah.
Yeah.
He's reached the frustrating part. Which is the frustrating part?
I just realized, these little things that you keep building, like all of them? Guess where one didn't go on?
Oh, no.
And because they're circled.
Yeah, you've got to undo that to get to it.
Undo, yeah.
Has anyone got to the scoring part yet?
Along the, I've put one side in.
And does the piece that you've got match the piece that it shows in the book? Or is it subtly different?
I think it's the same. I've not actually. Wait, is there like a piece to go in on top of it? Hang on. Oh, maybe that's on the last bag. Is it on the last bag?
It's in bag 13.
Oh.
So it's the bit that goes on to the axle.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's not quite the same as the
Does
piece.
yours actually have an axle hole, or does it just have a round hole that goes on?
Axle hole.
Okay.
Is that right or is that wrong?
So that's what the book shows, but it's not what we've got.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
What have you guys got?
We've just got. Yeah.
Ours just have round holes.
They've definitely swapped. Whoever it was a brick set that they definitely thought, oh, we need those pieces for something. We'll have that.
Strange though.
Or they did it because I remember doing it at the store and actually moving them. They would stick quite a bit,
Yeah,
whereas these slide quite easily.
I'm going to have a look at the review, see if they said, "I'll swap them out for these instead." You might have made an update.
Yeah.
What set number is this?
I don't know.
Was it 213?
2133.
On the little banner.
I was waiting for it to appear.
Is there any meaning to the set number?
Just looking up the review.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just within their sequencing of idea sets.
Yeah.
See you later, Mark.
See you, Mark. Thanks
Bye,
very much
Mark.
for stopping by. Hope you have a good evening. Oh, and for anyone out there, if you want to hit the thumbs up button, I think that's the time. First time I've done it for the stream, so it's only 2.5 hours in. Let's just get a.
I'm trying to remember if I left YouTube on my work's computer or not. I'm not going back.
Extra watch hours.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean. I mean, left it on. I wouldn't have left it on. I just left it on the screen. So we're not really supposed to technically use the computer for that. Get into trouble.
So what if anyone's there? They can watch you now.
Yeah. Oh, there's nobody there. No.
How was your work? Oh, it's terrible. There's horrible people I work with.
Cool.
The worst thing was driving home. I wanted to get home fast, and there was clearly a guy driving through the villages that had obviously had a drink, so he was driving at like 25 miles an hour in a 30. And when he crept up to like 30 miles an hour when he got to change to 40, I'm behind him going, "Oh my god, move out of the way!" Trying not to get too close in case he has actually had a drink. Never mind.
Yeah, so if you go and look at the Brickset review, Hugh's actually changed out those because he says it makes it too hard to move them along. So he's obviously made that change for the review and then not put them back. But they are much easier to move.
Yeah.
So I think it's the right choice. So we've got a custom build.
We have.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
No, you got the special one then?
Yeah. There you go.
Well, that was Jose Mourinho, the special one. I am the special one.
Suffix asking, is it double VIP on May the 4th?
It is on Star Wars sets only.
Was it larger that it was on some Star Wars sets, not all of them?
You might be right. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
It was on
Like all the
Star
good
Wars
ones
sets, it turned
you
out.
couldn't use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right there. That was awful. Not that I partook. I think that's probably why I didn't, because any of the new sets you couldn't buy. Any of the good sets were all out of stock anyway.
I got the 3 busts, and they were double VIP was on those.
You could get double VIP on those or not?
On the bus, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I'm hoping to get those this year. They're like new ones this year for.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What did I do?
There's a rumor that that's the last wave of the busts.
Oh, really? I quite like them. I know people don't like them. I do like them.
Yeah, I like them.
I think I've got one to build actually. I've got the the squashed egg one, the shock trooper. Is it the shock trooper?
Yeah. Oh wait, do you mean the dart trooper?
Dart trooper, the dart
Did I
trooper.
say yeah?
I've still got him to build.
Nice. I've got
Keep saying-
Luke's. I've got Luke's helmet because I wasn't sure if I didn't really like it. I bought that more out of like completionist mentality.
When you build it, you'll like it. Honestly.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that it was like the open helmet and all the other ones have been like a proper face covering. But yeah, if that's really is it, then I'll build it because.
I think the worst one that I built was the Mandalorian one. It was a bit boring.
The Mandalorian one's visor, like the Boba Fett visor, is too thin for Boba Fett, and the Mandalorian's is too thick. Like they should have switched it around, and it would have been so much better, so much more accurate.
The game. Where did the ball go?
Got one here.
I only need 1 ball, so that's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to have a major dilemma when Gringotts does come out, because 10 days later they will do a AFOL day. However, 10 days later there may not be a free gift. So major dilemma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you think? Yeah.
No, yeah, you can see that. See, those scoring things are quite stiff. So what did they replace it with? Was it like a?
So it's just instead of having the axle hole, it just got a full round hole.
Ah, okay, yep. No,
So it's slightly more annoying when you're building it because they'll flop to either side, but then you fully encase it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because that was certainly one thing I remember in the store when we played it. Trying to score was quite difficult.
It's in no way noticeable. You can't tell that you've made that change.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they look slightly better because it's the more of a tube that goes up to the ball as opposed to looking a bit technicky.
yeah.
I thought they were going to put something in those, like the scorer things.
Yeah, they do. You'll find that's at the end, I think.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they make them color coded.
Got you.
Rosie was going to get Star Wars sets, but his partner was not going to. That's a problem.
Okay.
Oh, Ian swapped out one. No, don't do that. Look what he's done. You spot what Ian's done to my set. What's the
He's
evil
changed one of
mistake?
the things. The ball.
Yeah, why would you do that, Ian? Why would you do that?
There was no info on the desk. I figured, why not?
That's from the BTS set, that one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Light it up like dynamite.
Oh, yeah, that literally just started going through my head as soon as you said BTS.
Are you lot going to stream until you finish this set?
I'm not.
Nearly finished.
I've got a bag, but
Very bad if I did that, because I would probably die.
Sort of see what everyone's feeling like. I mean, because what?
I've still got to eat, get in the
On
bathroom,
11.
and sleep at the minute.
Yeah, I've got to get up for work in the morning.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that last week because we were still sick, weren't we? Sick.
Yeah. You were not allowed back into the school.
Yeah, and you were actually sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl at work's actually got COVID, whereas I haven't. So it's me that's been, unless I've had hidden COVID and gave it to her.
These people with COVID.
The problem with table football is that you can't reach the ball if it's directly in the middle.
yeah,
And because there's a seam, the ball likes to sit in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the same as a regular table. That's the same as a regular football table. You can't reach the ball if it's directly in the middle.
No, normally you can just hit it, and you can jam the two middle players onto it.
This is definitely not as good as proper table football.
No, definitely not.
But it's smaller. Fits in the house better, right?
Yeah.
I teach the girls how to play. Yeah, the mini dolls definitely hit the floor a lot more.
Yeah.
In fact, the mini bigs don't even look like they're kicking it because they're not standing. Whee!
What do we think? Do we think it had it been like a bigger scale, like the original ideas, it would have been better, or is it just?
That would have been so expensive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure it would have been even feasible to play it, considering the axles.
What size is the original ideas one?
Because these are maximum size axles, like 32 lengths. I mean,
Yeah, they must have used multiple axles joined together.
or you'd have to make a new axle. Which,
So confused.
Oops. Final bag. Let's go.
You could do it.
you can do a tech.
They've actually, like in the original one, they strengthened this a lot more, I think. I feel like you could benefit from more of these things. But then it wouldn't go through the hole, would it?
Yeah. But so you've got 4 players across in the middle.
1, 2, 3, but that's 5.
Was there 5?
Yeah, look ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 5 players.
5, 3, 2, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be 32 axles joined in the middle.
And then they used, instead of having like a printed bottom, they've got all tiles and things to make the pitch.
Yeah.
It looks quite nice.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the original idea before?
No, I haven't actually either. I can't even remember this one coming through on my ideas.
Me neither.
This was a challenge.
Yeah, so it wasn't a regular ideas set.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
I mean, the people look like you are actually using just the minifigs to hit the ball,
I need that one.
aren't they? They're kind of
Yeah, they're
just
correct.
connected at the neck. They don't. Whereas we've got this whole big block behind them as
Yeah.
well.
Doesn't look as good.
No.
But I guess maybe they found that the people would ping off
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't stay rigid.
Maybe.
They're big, right now.
Yeah, I would imagine with this set, the big challenge is making it sturdy enough, given that people would probably be hammering it.
Yeah.
They're just the axles are far too bendy.
Yeah.
Gotta go careful with it.
You can buy like third-party metal ones, can't you?
That would
I
work
mean,
better.
you get the old metal Lego ones.
Do we
Oh,
get
do
any
Lego
original
do metal?
vintage?
I don't know if we do have any metal. We might have some metal ones lying around somewhere.
There you go. We'll upgrade it.
Mm. I don't know when they stopped doing metal ones.
When they decided they weren't Meccano.
Yeah.
Don't train people still complain about the fact that they no longer use metal axles for the trains as well?
Oh, what, on the wheel, like-
To be fair.
Yeah, I certainly remember the train I had when I was a kid, and it had metal axles, and it just spinned really nicely.
Mm.
So I could see, because I think we had another toy train or something, and yeah, it had maybe it was like a HO scale normal sort of train, and the metal ones were always much nicer than just plastic on plastic. They just spun better.
Yeah.
That's that.
Am I supposed to have a spare tyre? Or have I missed it?
No, I ended up with a spare tire.
We've got a bag of tyres.
Yeah, I think that's from something else. I think that's from when I was doing part sorting.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that was the set. But there's all those parts they ended up on the foosball table.
Okay.
I'm missing a slope piece.
We were missing a slope piece and then we found it.
Hmm.
It was hidden.
Is it under the instructions?
It's right in front of me.
It's generally, if you're missing something, say you're missing it and then.
I know. That used to be a running joke when we were younger. Is Mom, I'm missing a piece, and then you'll find it straight away.
Have you had a bit?
Don't worry.
Got it. It was in my hand again.
Yeah, yeah.
The wave right in front of you. Wave.
So it says, yeah, the original one had 22 minifig players, and that's why this set has 22 minifigs in it.
Okay.
So you've got the full team. It's just you can't play with them all at the same time.
Topic Bricks, the idea just isn't the most popular from the start. The price of the set on sale is affordable, but people still aren't buying it, and I think making it a lot larger would lose the rest of the buyers. Yeah,
Well, when it went on, how much did it get? Was it 30%
I think it was
off?
40% again.
But was it originally 30%?
Yeah, 30%.
And it
Yeah,
sold
it's about
out
30%,
in Southampton on the day it went on discount.
It's all that
Because
as well.
It was 40.
was it 40?
No,
And
it's
then
30 to 30 start off.
It started
And-
at 30, and then it went. I got it at 40.
Yeah. So on AFOL day, when we tried to get it, it should have been 30% off, and
Okay.
they'd already sold out at that point.
But they sold like the day before.
Yeah,
They
so
hadn't
they
sold
said
any up
they
until
hadn't
like
sold
that.
any, then it went 30% off, and they sold out instantly. Kind of thing.
It's a Bricklink buy. It was a Bricklink store's dream with all the like flesh. They were going for like £5 when this set first come out.
Yeah.
which side you stick these other things on.
Are you guys interested just coming on next week just to build whatever you want, sort of thing?
Go do some Razor Crest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a typewriter to build somewhere.
Oh no, but that's all in parts as well.
Yeah, that's going to be done.
Well, I can do the typewriter and race you.
Will you be at work for the first 2 hours?
I don't know, actually. Having said that, I've got no idea, possibly.
Is the typewriter still on sale?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing it on any retirement list, and
No.
I'm not sure I've seen it
the first time
before.
round. I may have got it on sale, I can't remember.
Is the piano retired?
Yeah, I think that one retired.
It's gone out of stock on some places. It won't come back into stock, I don't think. It was down as retiring, so...
Yeah, typewriter is still available. Let's check the piano.
Because the piano which Lego got me to build or whatever, I saw on their Instagram feed during the week. They did the video for the drop test of it. It's just a random video.
The piano is still available.
Oh, it is.
That's been out for a long time.
I was going to say, yeah. How many idea sets are currently on shelf, like available?
The most ever.
I was going to say.
I got the treehouse thinking that was going to go retired, and it didn't.
Well, the treehouse was on retirement lists multiple times and then kept getting pulled back off again.
Yeah.
Very odd.
It's a beautiful set, though.
Mm.
I think that and just everyone likes a treehouse. Like,
yeah.
Well, that gets quite a lot of stick, the treehouse. People say it's not a fun build.
Yeah. A lot of people owners said that this is the worst Lego build. It's like worth it in the end, but it's the worst Lego build.
Like
I don't remember the build being that bad, but we built that one very slowly, I think.
Yeah.
I've not built mine yet. It's still in my... I've just seen the ×2. So they've put... No, they haven't put it at the end of this set. Right, okay. I saw it on page 1, though, so I'm not so...
Marlene is saying the guy who did the piano was at Brickvention. Yeah. Because I thought he was from it's either Australia or somewhere in Asia. But...
Yeah.
I loved the piano build. I really enjoyed it.
Have you got all the idea sets, Kerry?
I've got all of them apart from the first
5
ones.
Okay.
So I haven't got
Is-
the Mars rover, I haven't got the submarine, I haven't got the Haybusser.
Okay.
Oh, and I haven't got some of the later ones that are still on sale now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the Lego website, there's 21 listed, but 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are out of stock.
Okay.
Which ones is
So they
that?
might not be coming back. The Seinfeld, the Saturn V, the Space Station, and Central Perk. I think those were on.
The Saturn
retirement
5
list.
is a re-release anyway. It's not the
Yeah.
original idea. It came back.
Yeah. And Seinfeld, that I'm pretty sure that retired at Christmas.
Yeah. So that's then 17 that are available to buy then. That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
How many of these have we got?
A lot of the shops have now, they haven't got the smaller ones in. So I went to get the jazz quartet from Leeds and Sheffield, and they are not getting them back, they said.
Oh, wow.
So you've got to get those online if you want them, which is weird.
Did they say why they're not getting them, or they're just not?
They just said because they're smaller shops, they can't stock everything. So they actually pulled them out of there to take them to a bigger store, I think.
That makes sense.
They haven't been Southampton yet.
However, though, a couple of months back, they were displaying the Harry Potter Hedgewig in 3 places because they had no stock.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
I looked at them and was like, why have you got that over here and over there? Oh, we're just trying to fill in gaps.
Rosie's come up. Haven't seen the Boba Fett bust is selling for roughly £100 now. That shot up fast. Is that
Wow.
retired?
Yeah, it's retired.
Because that one stayed around a bit longer, I'm assuming, because of the Boba Fett show.
The little Boba Fett brickhead sells for like 30 or 40 quid.
Ooh.
I had a spare one of those somewhere.
Apparently, the Southampton store has the jazz quartet.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's
And
online,
so
so
does
it's not
Birmingham.
just not Leeds or Sheffield. Mind you, though, Sheffield didn't have a Starry Night until 2 days before I went to get it, so it was pretty cool. But they didn't have the jazz quartet back in. But I tell you what, so I was going for the jazz quartet on May the 1st, when the Harry Potter Lego came out, so I could get the freebie, so I could sell it. That's all I wanted to do with the freebie. And in the end, I wanted only to spend £90, so I could get like just the right amount. I ended up buying the Office set, and I've absolutely loved building the Office because I've been watching it at the same time, and I've not seen it before, and I could never get into it, but something clicked, and I've just binged. Like I'm on series 5 now.
Yeah.
It's great. So many Easter eggs in the set. I think if I hadn't watched it, I would not have enjoyed the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you're watching a TV series. Sometimes it just really makes you want to get the Lego set. Like I came to Stranger Things late and started binge watching that, and it's like bad. And then same with Big Bang Theory. I just watched that recently, and then the same sort of thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I need to get that and build that.
Yeah.
I may be selling my Stranger Things set. Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
It's the sort of thing, if you're going to do it, probably do it next year when the final season's on.
Yeah. I just got nowhere to put it. That's the problem. I just sat on my desk at the minute.
You sold that Slave one yet, Kerry?
No, I haven't. I can't. I don't think I can. I can't bring myself to sell one. There's just so much Lego in this room. It's ridiculous. I've said I was going to take down all my Star Wars Lego, and I've managed to take down 2 sets.
That's progress. Well done. Round of applause.
Yeah, but I haven't got the box out of the loft yet, so I still can't sell them. They're just in the back.
Still progress.
I've also lost 2 of the minifigures from one of them, so I need to find those first.
Okay, that's less progress.
Quite important minifigures as well.
And another one of those Lego's worst kept secrets, Indiana Jones. What do we think?
I'm not bothered by it. I mean, the prices of them are great. Like I think the value is pretty good on those sets, but not something I'm super interested in.
Things that I try not to get interested in, because I don't want to start buying them. Indiana Jones
Yeah.
is one of them, because that's from my childhood. I mean,
The more you can avoid spending your money, the better.
definitely down. It's so beautiful.
I quite like the play feature of the little rock, though. That actually looks quite well done.
Yeah, I was watching Emmasaurus was building it live last night.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really kind of clever how they've done that. I just thought it was going to be some sort of like freestanding boulder that you just kind of let go. But
Yeah. But no, it's all like you can twizzle it and it goes up and then back down again.
yeah,
No, down and then back up again. Yeah, little rock. That's what it is. Little rock, not a nice boulder. Okay, it's late.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about it being late, I'm gonna have to head off. But I'm gonna leave Ian in charge because I've got to get up at 6. So I'm not gonna make it otherwise.
yeah. Sure. Well, thanks very much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I did enjoy playing it. It's good fun.
Even though you were rubbish.
Wow. Let's do a rematch. That's do a rematch, surely, before bed.
Yeah.
No, because my eyes are actually genuinely half closed. And I don't think it's helping. I'll let you have that victory, but it's not because I'm rubbish.
Maybe that's how you need to start your next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rubbish. I don't feel like playing table football is great for the audio experience, though.
No, maybe not.
Yeah. Right. Night, everybody.
Okay, night, Carrie.
In a
See
bit.
you later on.
I can't go that way. I'm going to go this way. The room is so packed with Lego.
Yeah, you can only turn the chair halfway around.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And start saying Galaxy Explorer has been on sale. Yeah, I keep seeing all the Americans, like they've got that on sale all the time. Like, I don't think that's ever really been discounted here, has it?
No, I'm not seeing it discounted.
No, is it like a Smiths exclusive?
Yeah, I think it is one of those with the Smiths or John Lewis or something.
That was the same with the Mandalorian Starfighter. That went to like $20 in Costco, and it just never went on sale at Smiths. And then it got like a £10 price rise.
I think it's some great discounts in America.
So there was a period where we were getting decent discounts and they weren't.
Yeah, we haven't had any real good ones though since before Christmas, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to. Stop there. Cool set per price. It's no leaner. It's never been discounted there. Yeah, I mean it feels like if it ever gets discounted, it's like to a normal retail price.
Yeah,
that's how we do the conversion.
Yeah.
By the time I got to the hobby shop, they only had 4 Indiana Jones sets left. Lucky to get one. Oh, so you've actually got one, stud. Oh, cool. Have they been released?
No, they appeared in America earlier, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the Americans I work with said that they managed to get one.
Bloody Yanks, eh?
What bag are you on, Matt? Matt, what bag are you on?
I'm halfway through or just starting 14.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to catch up with you this time. So, 11.
11. I think once you get beyond building those little things which hold the characters, it does get much faster.
Yeah.
14, the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got there?
How does everyone feel about the Temple of Doom set being cancelled?
Oh, it's just stupid.
It does seem a bit ridiculous, yeah. But
yeah,
Lego being Lego.
Monkey brains.
It just seems like a really odd thing to do because I don't think it was that the set itself had any problems.
No,
it was just they suddenly realised that the film is a little bit racist. But the film hasn't changed, so you'd have thought they could have spotted that at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing that because it looked like it was going to be one of the interesting ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the upside for it is that if you're into the wave all of a sudden got a lot cheaper.
Yeah. If that appears anywhere, that is going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think something like the Osprey, people just wanted it for the fact that they
couldn't have it. Yeah.
Because most people don't care about a Technic plane, like seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, even as a Technic sort of fan, when that was first announced, I'm sort of like, okay, well, that's an easy skip.
Yeah.
And then when you couldn't get it, and it's sort of like, oh, it's appeared in a couple of Smiths. It's like, do I really want to try to get it?
Yeah.
I've just spent 5 minutes looking for a full flag for the corner, and there isn't one, is there? There's only 3. Oops.
There's those things there. How are you getting on there, Tech?
I'm just about to put the ball joint piece or the ball pieces on top of the scoring thing, and then it's the little trophy, and I is done. Apart from the minifigures, but I'm not not even gonna bother.
Well, that means you're not finished then. I've done my minifigures.
Gary's trying to goat you. It's like, yeah, you got some minifigures. That'll give me at least 3 quarters of a bag to catch up.
I've not done today's minifigures, but I've done like the first 1 to 7 like minifigures.
I think I'd really struggle with some like getting the correct hands and faces up and at this time of night with my eyes. Some of those skins are so close. I'm like, I've not got a chance.
Yeah, because there's 6 different skin tones, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them aren't all that obvious to tell the difference of when it's just the hands.
Yeah.
Definitely need daylight and sunlight for that.
Yeah.
In that BrickBots post, Carrie just lying in bed now posting. Was that you?
No, that's Carrie. I'm not allowed to talk as the BrickBots. I'm not trusted.
You're not trusted.
But I could.
You're not media trained properly.
So.
Yeah. No.
You've got a heckler in the crowd there, Tech. Classic Tech not building minifigures.
I usually build them just not till the
Aina.
end, but in this instance, I'm only gonna take them apart anyway. So
No, that's not true. You built your 5.0 first, didn't you?
oh, those ones, yeah. I'm gonna have some.
How many did you do in the end? Was it only 50?
What, the 501st Troopers? I managed.
Yeah.
I got 50 of the Jet Troopers and then 150 of the regular Troopers. I'm gonna sell some of them though.
How many of the comment did you get?
I didn't get any like ridiculous comments actually. I think because by the time I'd done my army video, the set had been out quite a while and like.
No. How many of the comic did you get?
Oh, that. Oh, what of the 212 ones?
Yeah.
And a ridiculous amount.
I've not got a single one. Couldn't find one. For obvious reasons.
If you do you want one?
No.
Oh, okay.
I might just want one actually, just to have one. I've got one Ahsoka, Bo-Katan.
Yeah. If you can't find one, let me know and I'll keep one for you.
Okay, thank you. Well, which way does this stupid thing go? That way.
We don't talk about how many magazines have we purchased. We really don't.
Especially not Simon Moss. Jesus, did you see all this? No wonder nobody can find one.
How many did he get?
Lots.
Oh, really?
There's a picture on Instagram somewhere, or it might be on mine.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god.
The video thumbnail for mine eventually, before anyone makes the joke, next year will be quite something.
You're quietly confident of there about it.
I'm quietly confident about the thumbnail looking good. It's whether people then go and click if the people find the video any good.
Yeah, I think Carrie was saying that she tried to get some from WH Smith's, and I think she said there were like 2 on the racks, but both had the minifigure already taken off.
Yeah.
But then she spotted that there was one behind the tills.
Oh, right.
And so she asked if she could get that, and the 2 women on the tills had no idea why it was there, so sold it to her.
Perfect.
It's probably another staff member putting it aside for themselves.
Yeah.
He'll come back from the toilet break. It's like, what happened to my magazine?
Do you have to level these stupid things up now, or can you do it at a later date?
As long as they're right on the axle thing when you put it in, I think you should be good.
Yeah.
I am done.
Just make sure you put those black things on first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you not put them on?
Matt, did you forget one of them or 2 of them, Matt?
One of them, which had like the double circles. So,
right.
Yeah. Had to take the wall half apart so I could get it on. Because it was on the inside, of course. Nothing on the outside. Yeah, you can just sort of feel halfway through bag 14. It's like, I might actually get this done.
Yeah, the end is in sight, and you're still all just repeating the same as the last bag as well. So it's pretty easy just to think of the instructions so much.
And sometimes though, you go through it and you're sort of like, wait a minute, this is the second time, and this is different from what I did the last time. Which one's wrong?
Yeah, I think that's the one advantage we had, that all of the pieces were out, because I was doing basically the mirror of what Carrie was doing, and then you find out that was actually the next bag along. So if we'd have been doing it one bag at a time, we wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit on the side when I thought, oh, that's self-explanatory. I carried on building, then realised I got about 14 pages ahead. I was like, right, so a stick.
Tech, was it you who during the week you released your video, or was that the week before?
I did. I'm prolific. I'm a YouTuber once more. I've bathed in the minds of Filmora, and I am redeemed.
So I want to discuss this week, but I can't. So,
Friday, tomorrow, this time tomorrow.
sleeping.
Well, this time tomorrow. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, actually, no. Are you streaming after Greg?
It'll be like 10:30. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah, if you go after Greg, who knows what time that could be?
Yeah, I could be waiting a while. The first couple of times I was like, oh yeah, once Greg's done, I was like, it's pushing 11:15 now.
I'm still saying goodbye to people.
Yeah,
I think he was still on the intros, wasn't he?
Bless him.
No, I mean, that's how I used to time things. It's sort of like I go in, set up 7:30. Okay, yep, there we are. Okay, I can go off for half an hour and have some dinner now.
Legit, I could put my dinner. I could say I could put my dinner in, say hello to everyone in the in the green room like a couple of minutes before, and then I could wait for my dinner to cook, eat my dinner. As long as I didn't turn my camera on, he wouldn't bring me in first. It was great.
Never actually thought about that. I was well prepared last week though, because I wasn't working. So we had an Indian, and I got Mark to bring it home as he was on his way home from work.
Nice.
And it was the best Indian that I have had in such a while. It was beautiful.
Nice.
So we got home at 6, so I translated settle as well before I had to rush out. So nice.
Oh, good.
I am absolutely starving right now.
But didn't you have 3 meals at work today?
So I had a bacon sandwich at 8 o'clock this morning. Then I had, I had 2 meals actually. I had a bit of garlic bread at like, it must have been 12. And then I had my lunch at 3:30, and that was the last time I ate.
Okay, yeah. Your body's probably going, yeah. Food. Hey, wait a minute. We're at home.
Growling at me.
What's with this plastic clicking stuff? No.
Fab Blondie's Bricks here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you going? Hope you're well. Good to see you around.
I guess they put those like big gray pieces on to weight the axles round, so the minifigures would like fall upright.
Yeah.
Otherwise, would they?
I think that would happen anyway, wouldn't it? Because you've still got the majority of the weight would be beneath them, so
maybe there's not enough weight behind the spin with just a minifigure. I don't know.
yeah, maybe because their legs would just kind of bend backwards instead.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably to support. Yeah, that's it, to support the legs.
Have I missed a section? Of course I have.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh no, I've missed this. Oh, I'm gonna have to take it half apart.
No, I can guarantee I'm not going to finish.
Blues on that side.
To say that I was quite far behind you guys, I'm now 3 bags behind you. I've had 2 hours less than you guys.
Oh yeah, it's certainly a pretty mean effort that you've gotten in there.
I really cannot tell these faces apart, even when they're next to each other. I'm really struggling to see these.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Diversity.
Why is it showing me a yellow box? I don't understand why it's showing me a yellow box.
Yeah.
I'm confused right now.
Come on, you silly little scoring things, get in there. I suppose that was the nice thing with having Ian and Carrie there, because then at least when you finished, you could actually play it against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
be like, We can play ourselves.
I mean, to be fair with the way Carrie plays, if she plays herself, she still could lose.
Aw.
That's mean.
Just waiting to see if we're about to see an angry comment pop up in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, she did score more own goals than she scored goals. So,
See you later, Trevor.
Thanks,
Hi,
Trevor.
Trevor.
Hope you're well. Have a good one. And yeah, I'm almost surprised. I don't know if you guys follow his account. He does little tiny stories and things, and the sort of like production quality he puts into it is
It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
it's awesome for what it is. Like I mean that in a good way. So like I don't even do that for like videos.
Carrie's still about, Ian.
You're in trouble. Well, it looks like Ian might be building for another 4 or 5 hours. No rush to go anywhere.
oh, should I move on to Bowser?
She will kill you.
Which team had the orange keeper?
I
Is
think
it
the
the
red team has the orange keeper.
Yeah. Happy days. Sorted.
That goes there, and that goes there. Oh, Jesus.
I still find it slightly weird that they have minifigure heads with hearing aids.
Who wouldn't? Yeah, because they don't have any ears.
They don't have ears.
Mm.
And modern hearing aids you can't see. So it's a really odd thing to add in.
You can still see him. So I've got one of my mate's kids. He wants some of the hearing aid heads because he wants to make his friend.
Oh.
Okay.
In Lego.
Cool.
So I've got him some. Well, Omega Man actually got him some hearing aid heads, which I have put somewhere. Oh, there they are. Look. So yeah, so I've got 2 little heads there for the hearing aids. So he's going to make a minifig of his mate. Am I going to open bag 12?
You're nearly there, Carrie. Fair play.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I will go and do those offline because I am nicked. Although I do feel like I should get the other thingy. Oh no, it's too many. It's too much. It's too much hassle. It's the other 2 prongs, isn't it? Bag 12. The other 2 sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it like that and pretend that I'm finished. Woo woo! Look at that, it's great. Yeah.
Let's get you on the big screen then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. That is a pretty fair effort considering
And then some of my minifigures there.
what selection you've got in there.
Yeah. And then there's a box of them there that are still, some are made up and some are not.
Nice.
That's nice. I haven't come across the head that I wanted, the female head with the glasses yet, so I'm assuming I'll just put it in there somewhere because I'm going to use her as my sig fig.
Oh, which one's that one, Carrie?
There's a female dark tan with glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
there's a couple with glasses, I think.
There's only one female one with that. Is that it? So
This one. Wait, what's my camera?
There's
It's never going to focus, is it? Never. Not a chance.
I've got that one, but I think that's the male one actually. I'm not entirely sure. Well, he's got a beard, so I'll assume he's male. I don't know.
That's is that the one I've got? There's like one smiley face and then one. Oh no, I've got the.
I think she's a little bit too light. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So, 1 minute. This one here. Wrong colour glasses there.
Is that is mine the alternative face print?
Yeah, potentially. Yes.
Cool.
So there's
Okay,
that one, and then
I'll mark that
there's-
one.
And then there's this one as well. Well, I think this one's male. I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look. That one there. I think that one's male though. Can't be.
Is it? Hmm.
I don't know. It's a bit.
Hmm.
That's the alternative face print, but that's also not my flesh colour. Or maybe it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Got plenty to choose from now, anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah.
Just not my glasses on.
Are you going to keep the same torso and legs that you've got from on your yellow-faced one?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I can build that then.
I've actually lost it. I've lost my sig pig. I need that for next week. Oh, sure. Oh, I'll do it next week.
Yeah, I think at some point we need to sort out new sig figs. It's going to be because the face that Carrie's used is a really old CMF one.
Yeah.
So you just can't get multiple copies of it without paying an extortionate amount.
Yeah.
But we should also update the girls as well because they look quite different now.
Well, you've got really, really, really blonde hair, and it's kind of like not blonde at all, your hair now.
Yeah. Trying to think what colour we went with in the end, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
variations now.
certainly when I've looked at your logo with the 4 different heads, I mean, I don't know the kids, but certainly you two guys, it's like, okay, I guess I can see it.
Yeah. I think Carrie's isn't too bad. Mine could do with some work, and then the girls have both changed a lot.
Yeah.
So, what was the piece that you changed? Because these do spin quite well.
No, it's on the scores that they've
okay.
changed the pieces.
Yeah. You'll know when you go to move the pieces. It will be quite stiff and sticky.
I'm going to open this back. Uh-oh. Just dropped another piece.
Do you know if this ball is that the GBC size ball? It feels too big.
I think it's the same size but slightly heavier.
Okay.
I think that's what Hugh said in his review, and he would know.
Yeah, I see what you mean by the ball settling on the seam line, and you can't actually get it from either side.
Yeah, it's quite annoying.
The other interesting thing I've noticed too is it's settled on the third sort of like seam line, and the one which only has 2 minifigures on it, it's almost gotten it in the middle, and neither minifigure can actually like go across far enough.
Yeah. There's a lot more dead zones than you would hope for playing table football.
Yeah. Because I'm, spinning that and giving it a good little bit of hammer. The ball is moving just ever so slightly, but not enough to actually get hit by anything. Cool. I don't know about you guys, but I think I might sort of start winding it up.
Yep.
Put that there. So let's start off. Just thanks everyone for being in tonight. Tech, you got what's happening on your channel now that you're come back into the world and you're releasing videos left, right, and center?
Left, right, and center might be a bit of an exaggeration, but no, I'll be streaming talking about Mando tomorrow. So that will be at 10:30 UK time. So if you fancy chiming in on your thoughts about Mando season 3 so far, then come join in for that. And then hopefully another video this weekend, a bit of a continuation of the last one, just showing all the Lego Star Wars mocks at London Brick Festival. So hopefully that'll be done this weekend. And then I'll be Razor Crest streaming probably Tuesday next week. So yeah.
Oh, actually back to a Tech Tuesday maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Returns after a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah, I can't be late to a Tech Tuesday stream, surely. Like,
I don't know. You did fall asleep on one of your own streams one time.
yeah, that's
Nice. No, I'll leave that for another time. Gary, what have you got sort of coming up?
So I will be. I think I'm on London calling tomorrow. I'm sure. I'm sure I got an email earlier. And then hopefully I will be streaming on Tuesday evening next week or Monday, depending on which one I do. Well, I will be because I'm not going into work. not after this week. That's about it, really. I'm actually at a Lego show next Saturday, showing my Hogwarts. And then, so I will not be on London calling. Or will I be? I can't remember. I'll have to see what I'm doing. I'm very delirious right now.
If you're there, you're there. And if you're not, it's no surprise.
She don't know if she's coming or she's going.
I really don't. I'm operating on not a lot of sleep. So so I will be definitely streaming. Because I need to build my Harry Potter stuff that I bought last week that I'm not even come near yet. It's very annoying. So I'm definitely doing that this week. This week coming, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Great then. And we'll go with the remaining half of the brick pod who's still standing, still sitting, still here.
Yeah.
Probably will be for a number of hours, given some comments earlier, but
Be sleeping in.
I'm sure Carrie will be asleep by now. No, so we had an episode of the podcast went out today. I assume that goes out everywhere. I know, so it's definitely live on YouTube. I think it's also live on Spotify and other places if you want to listen to it there. We should be on London calling tomorrow, and then on Sunday 8:30 UK time we will be streaming, and I assume we're going to carry on with Studgate. It must be around here somewhere. So I built the trains from that, so I assume we're going to carry on and do the station. At some point we will get back to finishing off Bowser because he's still headless. But yeah, I think that's everything from us coming up soon.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, definitely. It's I missed. I was checking out the podcast this morning, and so like, oh, it'll be release day. It'll come out early this morning, and it seems like it's going to be 6 o'clock at night. So
yeah, for some reason, Carrie releases videos at 6 o'clock because why would you not schedule it for just when we sit down for dinner?
Yeah. So you can watch yourselves. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, from me, be back next Thursday this time. Still figuring out exactly what's happening. If you guys want to join me, I think we might do just building whatever. I may try during the week to do another quick little short, probably the 2021 version of the most expensive Lego sets. And probably that will be about the extent of it. So thanks everyone for joining. Just a quick run through other people who are here: Lady McBrick, Stud Cities, Cabbage Face, Minifig Who, Trevor, Monarch, Brighter Switch Bricks, Snowlina, Snap to Grid, KO, Top Pick Bricks, Rosie, Click and Cliff, Big Nate Bricks. I think BFab was around for a little bit until I insulted him. And Fab Blondie's Bricks. I think for the second time, if you want to hit the like button, thumbs up, all that sort of good stuff. And I think other than that, I didn't do the little sponsor thingy at the beginning, so I think I'll do that and I'll say good night. So thanks for joining us, guys, and have a good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, and we will see you next week. This video is brought to you by McCatsim Holiday Homes in Margate and Broadstairs. Great for a week's holiday or a weekend escape, being just over an hour east of London, UK. Treat yourself to amazing sunsets, a Lego wall, or great food. Visit www.macatsim.com and mention this YouTube video and we'll look after you.